See, my East Coast veterans, man. That's a rarity on the tube, man.
Word out, word out. Yo, it's your boy Rush. I'm in the building with Ash Nathaniel, the ambassador, co-owner, not co-owner, but the owner of $1 Billion Mindset. I got this magnificent king in the building today, man. Yo, salute to you, man. What's good with you, man?
Salute, man. I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the bro, man. Salute to you, Rush. I appreciate you, man. Man, I'm just out here working, man.
Man, it look like you've been drinking off the fountain of youth, man. Looking mad young and energetic out here.
I tell people that secret, man. I don't go nowhere without this.
Yo,
it's just by the case.
Word out. Yo, now I've been following you for a few years, man, and you're mad inspirational on a lot of things you cover, and I look at you as a YouTube pioneer, like one of the pioneers others, man. Know what I mean? And I just want to know, what inspires you to take this to a professional level?
You know, it's crazy because when I first started YouTube, technically 2009, my boy Automotive Ad Builder, the cat I grew up with, he got like a car channel.
Okay.
And he used to always pull the cameras out like, yo, he liked to hear me talk to somebody. So he used to have this cat, this black dude, and we used to be shooting up because he was a teacher. So that was one of his students. So big dude. So he used to talk with him and we used to do a little relationship. So it was more like comical. I didn't take it serious then. Until one day I was up in my man's barbershop. And I remember there was this video. I remember I had an iPhone 4. That's how long ago this was. And we was talking about, why it's not good to masturbate the porn. I just posted the video. The shit went crazy. I was like, whoa. So one day I told my man, I'm like, yo, you know what I want to do? I want to get on the street and start interviewing people. So he like, this could put up a camera crew because he used to be he's a director. He used to do things for like Master P and all them back in the day.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, we could definitely do that. But he's like, nah, I'm not going to even do it for you. You could do it yourself. I'm going to show you what to get. I'm going to tell you everything to buy. You ain't got to pay me nothing. Like, it ain't worth it. You could do it yourself. And then I went out to, Midtown and started going from there. But the goal then was crazy, which became the goal now. The goal was woman empowerment. Like, I wanted to teach these women what they need to do, because that's just what I've been on. I'm around them to deal with us. But niggas started looking at it as a thirst site. They kept seeing the girls. Then the Dominicans throughout the Bronx, they were supporting me crazy. So it went in a different direction. I guess it just was, we just do these web series. Let's have fun, do these interviews. So the dudes started looking at it from a thirst site. The Me Too movement came in, kind of killed that whole situation with the woman empowerment.
Word.
And from there, I laid low. Then I started going in, with a whole bunch of different topics. The Billionaire Mindset created last year. And once I did the Billionaire Mindset, I knew that this was the beginning of something new. So I was able to refresh what I started in 2013. 2013, all that shit. Yeah.
I like the logo emblem, man. It looks official, man. Like
that, man. Yeah, that's where it came from. It was an organization, the accidental.org. It's funny because I got to do some things on the website, but the website is still crazy active. That's why I always tell people. But I combined Action Nathaniel and the Billionaire Mindset. And
right.
Yeah,
I need to buy some of your merch, man, because that joint look official, man. That's something I could rock on the regular.
You know what I mean? Man, listen, we talk about. I think I got a couple of these ones still left because now I switches to the Billionaire Mindset. So, but I still let people know, like they were like, "Yo, accidental.org is dead." I said, "Nah, that's accidental's me."
Word. Yeah, because that's like an ill marketing scheme, man. Like you're revamping your brand. I think that's dope, man.
It feels good because what ends up happening is that Action Nathaniel was supposed to be women asking me questions on the street, but I was asking everybody, so they wasn't doing good with the questions. 9 years later, now they're asking the questions. It's crazy.
Like, right. Sometimes, things don't happen in the order that we want it to work out. It kind of just,
That's a full fact.
They say if you want to make God laugh, man, tell him you got a plan, you know?
You got a plan. That's a full fact, because I tell you, it was frustrating throughout the years, because I tried so many different things, but then, like anything else, man, you keep going, you keep believing what you got. I knew I had a formula, and the formula now, listen, it gets deep. The billionaire mindset teaches all that. That's why people say, well, how did the mindset come? I said, well, if you are a billionaire, what you going to do? If you had $400 billion, you got to give that away. You know, like,
word. It's actually stressful to maintain that kind of money, because taxes involved and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, you want to make sure you want to be on point. You know, you can't trust all your accountants with the money, because, you know, they're going to be scheming on the low too. You know what I mean? Let
me tell you something. This is why the mindset is, let me just share this. Like, I'm putting it out there. Like, I'm giving it away. Like, you want to know some information? Here, take it. You serious? You was able to tell me that? Take it, because what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, for real. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer of metaphysics, man. What energy you put out there, man, is what you get back. So if you're constantly, giving like that, you know, the Most High, He gonna return those favors back to you on the way you moving. I mean, because you're moving in that lane like that, you're
full facts. I'm gonna tell you something. It you know, people think that's an illusion. If they think it is, you're sadly mistaken. What you put out is what you get back. It may not be. It's like God. You know, He may not be there when you want it, but He's always on time.
Word out.
It's the same way that I think about it. The goal is, it's more or less like, people are like, yo, do you understand what you saying here? And I'm like, yeah, just take it, run with that shit. Like, do whatever you do. But, you know, I tell people now that the ask has kind of combined with the billionaire mindset, they got to know that you got to ask the question. You can't debate. These things are not debatable. You could ask a question through it and debate it that way. It's like a woman saying, well, all men don't cheat. I don't believe that. I'm like, see, you're trying to start a debate. Why don't you just say, is that true? You know what I mean? Rather than just going to a debate situation. I'm like, you're killing my energy now, because I'm trying to give this away. I'm putting that out. So ask the question. Take heed to the words. So I always have to remind them, like, look at the shirt. You got to ask me. Don't. It's not called debating, Nathaniel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And you're definitely needed within our community, man, because, you know, a lot of the information you put out for the females out there, they can move a certain way to be able to vet out the right dude to link up with. You know what I mean? And I want to expound on your thoughts on, like, do you think society perpetuates the bad behavior of the black bozo? Because I know you be going ham on that, fam. Yo, talk to bozo, nigga. Yo, let us know what's good.
Let me tell you something when people don't understand. Let me tell you something. The black bozo is all around, a theater near you, a space near you. He's your neighbor. He everywhere. You know, some black bozos are beneficial. I got friends as black bozos. You know what I'm saying? Legit. Like, these are my peoples. You know, you see in my thumbnail, they see, who this dude you see with this Latin woman all the time? It's my man. I mean, we grew up together. He moved out to Florida. But society does perpetuate it, because, for one, they co-sign them in music. They co-sign them in image. Like the era I came from, when we looked at the hustler, he was the trendsetter. He was the dude, you know, whatever he wearing is the latest thing. You know, you ain't want to do what he did. You just liked his lifestyle. But now they want to emulate him. So now it's like, all right, how are y'all not checking this? Like, you got parents out here. You got people that's uncles. You got people that's just common neighbors. Like, if we take a nation of kids, of everybody to raise our kids together, how is it that y'all not seeing the fact that we need this guidance? So the reality is that when you're seeing people co-signing all this nonsense, the bozo shit starts to enhance, because they going by what's the hottest thing. So when I was a shorty, we went by, yo, I like what he's wearing there. Let me stay fresh to get my shit done up. Bang, bang, bang. Let me make sure I get my line up. Let me get show my fresh kicks, whatever. But now they're like, that nigga robbing old ladies. That nigga got 5 different babies' mamas and he ain't paying no child support.
Right.
They're learning that from somebody. You know what I mean? So the black bozo could be here. He could be in heaven. He could be in hell. I feel that society is the reason that the Black Bozo is where he's at. You can't go get a gospel record and be a rapper. Nobody cares about that. They're going to get that trap record or that damn drill shit and be like, all right, y'all niggas talk about each other. That's
I want to interject real quick on that, on this little topic we're getting on right now on the Black Bozo. Right. I feel like the Black community that we derive from, a lot of times they misunderstand from being like a assertive alpha archetype, right, from being like real violent, moving weight and doing all kinds of dysfunctional behavior, thinking that that's what a man's supposed to do. And I think that that's something that we need to work on as a people, man, and really switch that up and be a trendsetter as doing the righteous thing. I mean,
you know what, man? You couldn't have said it any better. I mean, when people, this is how it's crazy. If you look at the Black Bozo and you get offended, you exposing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So person be like, all right, well, yo, why you talk about such and such? It's like, yo, this should come from a father perspective, a brother perspective. We in the streets, like, you know what I'm saying? You go into the store, you see the Black Bozo popping up asking you for some money. You're like, okay, hold on. I'll give you this dollar, nigga. You trying to do a lick on me, or you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna give you this dollar, you're gonna keep it pushing. If we change the motive, what's official and what's corny, you know what I'm saying? Like, change that perspective so these kids will start looking up and saying, because it ain't their fault. They going by what was conditioned out here. So I feel now, if we got the old dudes trying to be young and the young dudes trying to be old, well, obviously that's the problem. The young dude's trying to be old, but the old dude trying to be his age. So how he learn anything? So I feel that now, we got to do it from a non-preachy perspective. Being that kids like, oh, they don't want to hear nobody be a minister. Yeah, well, the only difference with me is I don't probably preach the Bible because I'm not a minister, but I speak spiritual and I'm cursing. So now the dude is like, yo, I could pick up on fam what he's saying. So now once they realize what's corny, what's whack, not only the woman's gonna be able to pick that out through the weed it out, the dude's gonna be able to weed it out too. He's gonna be like, yeah, that was some bozo shit out there. That was some bozo shit out there. She gonna people like that nigga, use a bozo if you did that. And that is the mode now. We're gonna create that. And that's what the goal is, because I feel like where are they learning from? They can't learn anything if everybody's on some corny shit. It's like, how could you learn that if everybody's banging? You, a dude's 50-something years old, his father's a banging, but the dude's 30, still trying to he look up to his pops. So that his little brother is 15. Like, it's just a spiral effect, and the woman is going to encounter all that. She's going to be vulnerable, and they're going to eat her like crocodiles out there. So it's something that that's why when I used to have accent thing, I used to tell people it's more than just the lifestyle, but they still was a catch, because it was like, my thing was about lifestyle. Everything about me a lifestyle. Like, you got an expensive car with your lifestyle. You got a nice house with your lifestyle. Like, you can't just be having a shit, I can't afford to do nothing because I paid the mortgage. It's all about your lifestyle. So with the billionaire mindset combined, it's like you got to be able to weed out that bozo. That bozo is all around us. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. People to say, is it being black is to be a bozo? No, nigga. Like, that Black Bozo, once you
bozos come in all shapes and colors, fam. I see bozos all over the place. So it's not just, within our community, man. It's everywhere, fam.
Everywhere. Everywhere. And I think that's what people think. They think, well, I said, listen, I'm a black man. I got to start with the Black Bozo, but they say
yeah. Now I know what you mean.
White bozo, yeah. I'm like, no, Bozo's a bozo. Like, that shit comes in all sticks and flavors, but you have to understand it. If a white bozo says a white bozo, he's gonna be able to say, okay, now we're gonna learn it from a black perspective. Like, okay, I didn't know that's what y'all see as bozos. So the white people's learning, the non-black people's learning from me, because they're like, oh shit, like, I seen a BBB, and they're like, all right, they don't want to say black bozo because they don't want to be offensive. But then there's some bozos around me too, white bozos. So then they start creating this shit.
But when you start talking about that, man, I knew exactly what you was talking about, fam. Word out. And that's something that we need to work on as a people, man. And,
that's something effective immediately.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Now, like on not do you think like mainstream media plays a big role creating a narrative that black men are irresponsible and they don't want to take care of their kids on a disproportionate level? Because I feel like the mainstream media kind of magnifies that to the point where it kind of disparages our character. Because I see a lot of men like me and you doing the righteous thing, you know what I mean, handling our responsibility and have you know, a decent career and financially stable. So
Right.
what do you think on that? Like, give me your thoughts on that.
I feel like this. You know, mainstream now, we're a parody to these things. Like, I'll give an example. You ever see the video with, you know, somewhere in Chi-Town or wherever state in Chicago or Florida or Houston, and you see like the crackhead woman dragging the little midget dude and they fighting like,
Yeah.
like that to us, it's like, all right, that's some hood shit, right? That's these niggas are crazy. To the white folks, it's like, damn, these niggas, this is what they do. So they perpetuate that. Why? Because that video, they make sure that shit, listen, no matter what goes on, who's viewing it, they make sure them shits go viral. So the algorithm caters to that. The algorithm caters to black men putting their women down, not building them up. You
Right.
know, so they gangster shit. So anything they're going to perpetuate that because they're pushing it. They're pushing that through the algorithm. It's through TikTok. It's through Instagram. That shit is like comedic. But to them, we just some dumbass niggas. To us, we don't even realize, like, yo, okay, that shit is funny, nigga. But how would you feel if you got coworkers and these white people are laughing like, that's what they're gonna see us as. So if you see a situation of a video that go viral because a dude was, you know, saved an old white lady or from getting shot or, you know, or she crossed the street or something like that. Like, these things are cool, but then do we know if that's real? Because we believe the situation happened with the midget and the crackhead fight, but do we believe that this dude really did that? When Shaq gives away a watch, do we believe that? So we need to push more of that, where it's cool to be given. Like, we can still be swagged out and do some nice shit without us fighting and pulling some woman's hair down and throwing her down the steps and calling her ugly bitch or whatever. So I feel that mainstream has to push it because they know that's how the views is, and that's when the advertisers come in. Like, there were a few months ago, they wouldn't even monetize these things on YouTube. Now they do. Like, I knew that was going to happen once they said politically, when they said, you know, let them be known if the video's for kids or not.
Right.
But if you got some adult shit going on and it's gangster or whatever it was going to be, and it's some cheesy shit happening in the hood, they push that. So it works. So people feel like they got to jump out the window and do whatever. It's propaganda. It's the same thing with Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey.
It's funny you brought that up because, yo, everybody's making such a big deal about this, man. And
he's from Jersey, too, by the way.
Now, you know, since you brought that up, I kind of want to expound on that. Now, you know, they're making it a big deal where Lori Harvey's breaking up with homeboy, and they feel like they kind of like looking down on her because she made that move or whatever. And, you know, a lot of people misinterpret her, you know, kind of like, you know, being in the dating scene, like on some, yo, she probably want to deal with more of a bad boy type. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Let's expound on this.
Just to deal with the Lori Harvey situation that was going on with people's heads. Number one, Michael B. Jordan needed that publicity because right now, black women ain't co-signing no black man that date non-black women. So
right.
She was the perfect person that was available that got a big name. Because, you know, he can't be with no Kim Kardashian. They like, nigga, use the weasel. Like, don't ever come back to Jersey. But now he with a sister because he mentioned himself. He loves white milk. He like light-skinned women. He like Hispanic women, white women, et cetera, et cetera. So let's get that part out the way on the publicity. Secondly, Lori Harvey is connecting with a lot of black women because she's actually going through what the common black woman goes through, regardless of how rich she is. You understand? She is suffering. Number one, she has a father figure. That's her stepfather by law, but Steve Harvey's not her father. So she's no different than the woman coming up again. This was going past people's heads. She didn't have a father really teaching her. Like Steve Harvey adopted her when she was an adult. You know what I'm saying? Her father been locked up in prison for all these years.
Yeah, Big Meech, right?
The other dude, it's another cat. Yes.
Okay. I thought. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Is Big Meech her biological father?
No, Big Meech is not. A lot of people saying that. No, the thing was her father.
That rumor is circulating heavy though.
Crazy. Yo, yeah. Let me tell you something. I'm about to do something big on that, but I'm working on it now. I'll let y'all know what that's about to come through.
Word.
But on a source level, Big Meech is not a father. What they got twisted up with is twin drug dealers. They twins. Majority was dealing with one of the brothers.
Mm-hmm.
The brother got locked up. Then she started dealing with the other brother. Allegedly, this is
Yeah. Allegedly, yeah.
No, I just gotta say that, but it's real.
Mm-hmm.
So she started dealing with him. He got locked up. So these niggas is doing, major time because they was out there trafficking heavy.
Yeah.
In the midst of that, fatherless daughter, nobody know who the daddy is, right?
Mm-hmm.
They pitching that to what you call the Big Meech because they doing the same time for the same crime. You know what I'm saying? But there's two different states, two different cities, completely different. These niggas is from the Midwest, and Big Meech was from Atlanta. She got nothing to do with that. Majority was dealing with these other dudes. They older. Matter of fact, they're not even as young as Big Meech. These older drug dealers is older. They're like in their 60s. So when she met Steve Harvey, because majority is about her bread, you understand? She met him. He adopted her, put his last name on her, and that's what that is. So what people don't understand is majority is trying to do the right thing by her daughter, but she ain't no different than a woman out here that is working, busting her ass. Your father's locked up. I'm gonna give you a good daddy to do whatever you got to do. Now she's out there with the wolves, and this whole situation's going on. Now, in regards to their relationship, I mean, partially maybe real, but at the end of the day, I knew they had to make sure that this man publicity was right. The problem is she looked like the hoe now because she black. See, Kim Kardashian was
it's funny you say that because it's like, Lori Harvey's no different than the dime piece on a strip.
Who different?
It's just her shit is in public. So you see her dating the multiple dudes that she dating, but that's a normal thing. That's every woman in America, fam.
Yeah, listen, we on the East Coast. That's regular.
That's regular shit. You know what I mean? And like people is misinterpreting that her being,
right,
a jump off. You know what I mean? But that ain't a jump off. Nah, not at all.
First and foremost, when you had these other clowns calling high level, whatever. First and foremost, this is the only. If anybody wants to use any difference with Lori Harvey, they gotta understand this. You know what I'm saying? That forget that high level nonsense because that shit that got twisted up with these clowns, whatever. That's an official bro. They ain't the average motherfucker that you're gonna be able to get to on her status level.
On the status, yeah.
Status wise, everything.
And aesthetically, she on point too. I mean, yeah.
Everything. Now, on a tip where a dude may know a girl that look like that live in, New York or Jersey, whatever, that look like her, and she pushing a little S-Class Mercedes or whatever, even her levels is a little different. The thing is, when you a jump off and you black in this game, of the industry, you a triple hoe. If you
because it's funny you say that, fam, because it's like, the black females, like, her credibility has been tarnished back. Like, it's just mass media make the black woman look bad, man. Straight up.
Terribly. Like J-Lo was in that mix for a minute only because she was Hispanic, so it was kind of in between. And that shit faded away because white dudes just embrace Hispanic women so they could be hoes again too. But a white woman, she can do that and they don't call her that.
Right.
Like Kim Kardashian is the biggest hoe in the United States. You know what I mean? But they never gonna look at her like that. It's always gonna be Kim Kardashian.
And they got her on tape, my nigga. They got tangible evidence that she get down like that.
Got no evidence on Lori. You got nothing, and you know why? It's because the minute she leave, even if, let me tell you something, even if Michael B. Jordan left her, she gonna be the hoe. She can't do nothing. She could date a white guy, she a hoe. She did an Asian nigga, she a hoe. She did a nigga, it don't matter. So the media knows that, and they know that we as black people love that shit. Like, we're the ones that's actually creating the views. So they're like, yo, there's a lot of money in this shit, like talking about us. So now the broadcast, they look at the YouTube and be like, yo, we need to talk about this shit on Entertainment Tonight. We need to talk about it on all these other platforms because this is the hot topic. That shit is still trending, nigga. These niggas that broke up 2 weeks ago. So that's showing you. But that black woman, anything that basically, to answer your question, we perpetuate that. They do, but we enhance it. It's like putting crack in the black community. Yeah, white man said, we're going to throw that shit in there. And that was then, 30 years ago.
Right.
We're going to put it on autopilot, right? That's what the black man. Now the black man is doing some different shit. Like, we grab it now. Like, we're going to put it out there. She a hoe. Nobody going to want her. She's a bum. She's a slut. It's like, damn, why can't she just be a woman? Yeah, she's rich, but why can't she just be a woman that's just trying to find love and looking for the right goddess? Because her real father, you know what I mean, is somewhere wherever he at.
Yeah.
Her what you call it, father, he done scooped up the mother because these niggas done got locked up. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot behind it. Who can she really look to? Jay-Z? You know, like, who can the woman, let's be realistic. Who can Lori Harvey look up to? First person's question gonna be like, well, her father be giving all that great advice. Yeah, but he don't live none of that. You know what I'm saying? And she know he don't. At the end of the day, she home. She know what's going on with their mother and father. She know when the cameras is off, them niggas probably arguing, all types of crazy shit. Majority probably throwing a shoe at that nigga. She know that, but at the end of the day, there's no guidance of a man repping her, because the average black man throws under the bus, the black woman throw under the bus because the black man throwing under the bus. So he's responsible for that shit. So it's the majority. The Lori Harvey thing is deep to me because it just shows you like, there we go. So that's why people be like, yo, you should talk about it. Like, what's there to talk about? Like, y'all gonna throw her under the bus regardless of whatever she do. I don't care if she was, as long as she was gay, you're still gonna be like she's nothing she can do because nobody's connected to her. But yet, when Rihanna came on the Oprah show, that a lot of people seen her different because she was on there crying. She let it be known she's a person, you know. But I think what Lori needs to do, there's no Oprah show now. What do we got? We don't have Oprah no more. They're gonna have to see a transparency mode. She needs the publicity of people seeing that she's transparent for women to protect her. Women need to protect. If more black women was protecting Lori Harvey, she can build that character back. Because in the black community, she's dirt. She's dirt in the black community.
Right. And that's another, yo, it's funny you say that because I want to expound on this question now. Yo, do you feel like the Jim Crow ripple effect has still have an effect on us today on a colorism type joint? Because, I'll be noticing that, dark-skinned women, they beef with females that aesthetically look like, you know what I mean? Lori Harvey.
Right.
Let's get into that right there.
Let me say this respectfully. This is what it is. Lori Harvey to a black woman represents why our black men don't want us. Like, she's a fair-skinned woman. She's a beautiful woman. And she's mixed. You know what I'm saying? Majority, her mother's mixed. You know what I'm saying? They got a white mother. Or she appear to be white. She's definitely something. Who knows? But she mixed. She's a biracial woman. She's hated on because they feel that that's the ideal beauty that a black man wants. And then it's like, well, look at her. She's a dirty slut. The mindset of the Jim Crow thing kicks in even more because they don't realize that this woman is a black woman. I'm saying, like, they don't realize that this woman is no different than seeing a woman that's 30 shades darker than her. So it's off the rip. They already taught. Like, in other words, it's like her going into high school and she's like the new girl on the block. And she goes to all black school, they'll demolish her. You know what I mean? And on top of the fact that Lori doesn't have a hard sister street swag, like she got a real like sheltered type of swag to her. When her mother probably doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Her moms could get on some different street shit. Trust and believe that. She probably be making that nigga Steve Harvey cry, but
yeah, she cut from a different cloth, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that the self-hate and that Jim Crow effect is blamed for the man, but it's getting instilled through our women right now. Like they doing that shit on autopilot right now with her. Because they dragging it through the dirt because as if she's desirable for the average black guy, right?
Right.
The average black man. So they want to throw her under the bus so he could look.
My opinion on that, I don't believe that because a lot of my friends, they have like a magnetic connection towards the dark-skinned female. And I feel like this narrative of all black men only wants this certain archetype of a female is not true. You know?
You know what?
And the media kind of magnifies that too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Right? You a dark-skinned, brown-skinned brother.
Yeah.
Right. Do you find Latin women attractive?
Okay, one, I'm a cultured brother. You know what I mean?
You gotta
I'm in the mix in the Latin community. So I speak the language. You know what I mean? I dance, bachata, merengue, all of that. So I'm in the mix. I might be able to bag the dime piece that's Latin. You know what I mean? I got my rotation's on point, man. My catalog is on point like a scoreboard, you heard?
So now you like them. You do find them attractive.
Yeah.
Okay. But you find your black woman attractive.
Yeah, I date black women too. You know what I mean?
So
yeah.
How about white women with black woman body?
I'm not attracted to white women.
Okay, so if you see you don't like a white woman with a black booty, none of that.
No, I'm not really. I mean, if I see if she's attractive, and she got, you know what I mean, she got the cakes. Okay. Yeah, I might politic with her, but that's not my normal. You know what I mean, it's either black or Latin. That's it.
Okay, so black. I mean? So how about biracial women?
Nah, I'm not really into that. Nah.
You don't like light skinned women?
They cool, but preferably I rather look like me.
A light skinned woman with a big ass.
Yeah, I mean, she look good, I'm gonna holler. If she look good, I'm gonna holler, fam.
You just answered. A sister gonna be like, he just like all the rest of the niggas. See what I'm saying? See what I mean? The reality is this: that if a man could confidently say, I'm into dark-skinned chocolate woman.
Yo, Kev, that's just me and Nathaniel right now. All right, go ahead, my bad, Nathaniel.
Sorry, bro. They want to hear, this is what sisters want to hear. They want to hear that a black man is not attracted to non-black women. 30 years ago, you could have got that. Like, not attracted to white women, because it was, 30 years ago to fight the power, Public Enemy, red, black, and green. Yeah, that was the time. But that was like the last era, late 80s, early 90s. Just what you said, a woman would have a chocolate woman or a black woman that believes a man should be, pro-black. He can't even follow that standard, because even for us to say we love our chocolate woman, right now, we do. Mm-hmm. I do as well.
Yeah, but I'm a cultured nigga though. Know what I mean? Right. I'm a Haitian American. Know what I mean? My father's born and raised in Panama, so right. Know what I mean? Like, and my mom's from New York, so I'm just a cultured nigga. Ain't right. My fault. Know what I mean? You know what I mean?
We know that. Me, you understand it, but there's women that's gonna hear this conversation and be like, oh, so you date outside the sisters?
Yo, it's not even. It's not like nah. You know what I'm saying? That's just a warped perception, man.
I haven't met a man yet that told me I'm not attracted to. When you ask a black woman, when you ask a black woman, are you attracted to non-black men? No. I'm attracted to black brothers, no Latin brothers, no white man, no Asian man, period. And they go by that. A black man, not to say, I mean, hey, I'm a black man that does it too. I mean, you know what I mean? I can't say I'm pro-black and I date outside of my race, right? So
Right.
for a black man to believe that he is dating, to love his black woman, they want to hear you say, I love my black woman the same way how they love their black man. And that's what they're not getting. I haven't had a man in my life tell me, yo, dude, I'm not attracted to Latin women and white women. Maybe white women, they may throw that out. But then when I throw in, well, what if she got a black body? Well, that's a little different. There's no black body for them. Like, they just see black. You know how they are. Tall, dark skin, this, thick, whatever he got to be. Some of them can't even date light-skinned men. So black women are more loyal to their race overall when it comes to that than we are.
I could come into an agreement with that.
Yeah.
But I think the all digital platforms and mass media, they make it seem like black men like me do not find black women attractive, and it's not true.
Right.
Totally false.
Right.
Because a lot of my boys that I hang out with, they sisters.
Right.
Know what I mean?
Right. But they will date their Latin women.
Yeah, I mean,
Sister,
listen. Anything that looks attractive, it's just a natural thing. A dude's gonna holler because shorty is attractive, man. It's a natural thing, man.
You know what it is? To say the least, you're universal.
Yeah, it's a universal thing. You know what I mean?
Right? They not. Sisters ain't like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Yeah, because most black women, I politic with, and I ask these questions, they be like, "Yo, nah, I'd rather be with a black man." You know what I mean?
If you walking down the block and you with a Latin woman, there's gonna be, you come into Jersey Gardens Mall and you walking through with a bad Latin chick, there's gonna be a group of sisters from Newark that's gonna be like, here we go.
I live in Jersey. I already know. I go through this, man. I go through this, man. I get the side eyes, the church. You know how what sisters church they teeth and shit like that. Oh, they go another one. You know what I mean?
They feel that black men don't want black women the minute they see you with a non-black woman. Period. Yeah. Because of how they're loyal to theirs. Like they're loyal to that. And that's why I tell dudes where it's like, listen, it's almost irresistible for a man to say, hey, can he just say he likes one? Is there men that just date entirely dark-skinned women and only dark-skinned women only? You don't date nothing outside of that.
Not because men are a lot more different. You know what I mean? With all races, like, a man likes multiple. The average man wants multiple women from different races, man. And this is a man thing. Know what I mean? Because I got Latin homeboys too. Right. You know what I mean? And they date. They don't, not majority of the time they date a Latin chick, but they do expound on sleeping with different types of women. Know what I mean?
But maybe they do. If you do a Latin man, we all know Latin women are incredible, right?
Mm-hmm.
A Latin man, if he dates black women, in most cases, he don't deal with Latin women. Straight up. Because in other words, when they go outside they race, that's what they deal with. Us, we like it all. Black men are the only men on this planet that love variety from all different races. If you see a white man, I know white dudes. I grew up with a white dude like that. He don't fuck with white women at all. He likes strictly black and Hispanic, but he don't deal with white women. He don't find white women attractive. He don't rock with them. He hates his mother.
But when it's like that, it's where you brought up from. You know what I mean? It's from a cultural aspect, and in the city you from. You know what I mean?
Right.
And due to my culture, because I'm a cultured nigga, you know what I mean? And I lived in many different places, I'm exposed to different types of women.
Right.
And I like all different types of women. You know what I mean?
You're a black, listen, to be a black man is variety. To be a black man, if a black man doesn't date black women at all, and he only date white women, what do we call him? We call him my Uncle Tom sellout, right? But if the dude like, listen, he don't rock with sisters, but he rock with Latin, he rock with white, he rock with Asian. That's just some black man shit. He probably got an issue with sisters on their shit or whatever, but in most cases, he'll still rock with one if he runs across something that's gonna move him. Trying to push black women to date white man is harder than the white man pushing them to date a black woman. It's hard because black women are only doing it because the black man, they feel that they don't want us. They feel that. They feel as if a woman could be a total stranger, don't know you from a hole in the wall. They see you with a Latin woman, that could be your wife. They don't know you. And you probably destroyed her whole day. Because she like, that's what they want. When they don't want us no more. We don't look at it like that. We don't go see, we just seen a black woman with a white man. She don't want, we could care less because we're so universal because it's black men. That's the thing that we have against us. That's why I always tell people, black men are not loyal to their race. We're not. I'm not loyal to my race the way a black woman would. I ain't ashamed to admit that. I know I'm not because obviously my history and my presence show that. But I do understand why they feel the way. That's why people like Steve. Let me tell you something. If Lori Harvey was dark skinned, she would not be going through none of that. Because then she would be like, oh, they'll be protecting her a little more. She's high yellow. She's high yellow, and they're gonna damage the hell out of her. They don't. That Kim Kardashian, they punked out. They didn't damage her ass, and she the one that did more damage. She stole everything from black women. The whole family, except one, they all stole your swag, their hair, their lips, their ass, everything. Now Kim Kardashian took the tits out. She took the ass out. She lost weight. Now she with the white man because he don't. That's not required.
Yeah, that's not his thing. He don't get off on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's back to trying to be slim and skinny now because she got a white man keeping him happy. So, listen, a black man just has to understand that his choices is the reason why a lot of black women feel low of themselves. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. They don't feel true beauty. And you as a black man, shade don't mean shit. Like dark-skinned man, dark-skinned woman. You know what I'm saying? Dark-skinned man, shit, he's more desired from black women and non-black women more than a light-skinned woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's not an issue. But the dark-skinned woman, she's more desired with white men and non-black men more than a black man. But the black woman is more stubborn into, she wants a black man. She just wants that black brother. You know what I mean? She wants that black brother. She feel, you added me in this video, right? So my peoples could see it too, right?
Yeah, like we're broadcasted right now, so everybody can see.
Make sure you add me so they could, you know what I mean? But I want to add it anyway. I want to add it.
Word up, yeah.
Let me add that. Let me add it now. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Listen, I'm black. We can't deny it. Look how I asked you. I said, "Yo, so you find a Latin woman?" Well, you're like, "You can't deny that." It's
yeah, but I'm a different case though, man. You know what I mean?
Because if you had said to me, nah, bro, strictly chocolate. I never dated a light-skinned woman in my life. I don't find them attractive. I never dated a Latin woman. I don't find them attractive. I never dated a white. I don't find chocolate. Then that would have been different. You would have been that 1%. Would I've been like, okay, we got him. So when you said Latin, it was over. Killed it.
Yo, don't make me look like the bad guy over here, man.
You fall from a bozo. You ain't know that. I mean, that's me. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that they can't understand it. So now their level of beauty is, well, damn, like we can't understand that. We can't relate to that because that's just not our issue with the black woman. We're trying to let the black women know, listen, it don't mean we don't love you. It just means that we men, and they're like, okay, we heard that excuse. But then it becomes a thing where I'm like, all right, so what can we do? Okay, I feel in the industry, the best looking chocolate sisters is on Instagram. You know what I mean? The best chocolate women throughout the world is Instagram models versus television. I don't think that they rep that dark-skinned woman the same way. I don't feel that they don't represent her the same way. How if I wanted to use a platform of amazing looking women, I gotta definitely go with without a doubt, 1,000%, I gotta go with all these excuses make it hard. Right? Because I could look at another man in the mall and I could see you with the Latin woman. I'm like, okay, bro, doing this thing. I could say the same thing with you with a black woman. You know what I mean? But when I'm in a situation where I'm seeing if the dark-skinned woman doesn't feel as desired because most men will date other of her, the ones that she want to be with, her own daddy finds that attractive, her brother finds that attractive. Who is she gonna follow that's representing diehard black beauty in the industry? Who? Like we could use who's the girl that's married to the ball player that got the gay son?
You talking about I know you talking about why Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade. Okay, so here's a black family, right? Here's a black woman, beautiful brown skin, gorgeous, incredible woman. People forgot about them because of the propaganda of the gay son. Now they think he gay. You know what I mean? Like, shit is different over there. But now it's like this man married a black. He married her. He married a black woman. You know what I'm saying? He's with a black woman. So now the black woman has to say, well, that's all we got is her. Like, what other black woman, not from a European perspective, because they got a different layout.
Naomi Campbell.
Right now, they use that's it. I could show you.
But you're right though. Yeah.
I could show you 5 Instagram models that will blow her out the water. Right? You know that? Who on that major limelight has that? Naomi Campbell been having that same limelight for 30 years.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's not enough melanated women that's attractive that's on the spotlight. You know what I mean?
You said it.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, a lot of times they put up a lot of unattractive melanated women on the spotlight, which I'm like, why she get the role? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's another thing too. It's like, you know, you have their standard. Their standard is different. Their standard may be a woman that has hair this short, she's black, white lipstick, and she's the biggest model on the runway in Paris. Okay, cool. The black man in the United States, his shit may be completely different. His shit's gonna be a woman where they're gonna be like, Jesus Christ. And that model industry, they're not gonna take her because she already curvaceous, she crazy, it's too much. But they don't get the same credibility because those ones that's repping, like even YouTube, every time I see a YouTube woman that is standing up for black women's rights or she doing makeup, it's minimal. Them super dime pieces is on Instagram and TikTok. They don't even come over here. Or Clubhouse. Clubhouse, they don't even be seen, but they on there. These 2, 3, 4 million followers that super retarded bad. Some of them got work done, some of them don't. They all over there. So how do we see them when they're not even a newscaster? You probably see some melanated newscasters every now and then, but overall movie stars who we were just talking about yesterday. We don't even have a Vin Rhames in the acting game anymore. Like he don't even act anymore, I heard. So like, who do we have? The Rock. That's all we got right now. And the men of color right now, The Rock, Michael B. Jordan, and Denzel Washington.
That's it.
So that was, come on, how did that slim down from the 90s? Like we had tons of niggas. Like what happened to everybody else? These dudes.
I think again with mass media perpetuating like, you know, the black man only dates light-skinned women, they kind of phasing out all anything that's, you know, that looks like me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these actors, man, let's keep it real, man. They look racially ambiguous, man. Yep. You can't tell whether if they fully black or not. I'm like, nah.
How is it that we have a level of Idris Elba was considered the no homo sexiest man alive in the magazine, right? I forgot the name. Esquire, one of them, right?
Right.
He's not even from America, but he has an American image.
But yeah, I don't even want to. Yeah, he's from London. Yeah, or UK or something like that. Yeah.
At the end of the day, they still got a UK dude like that. Just so on a low, yeah, we see him up in the wire. Yo, that he looked like a regular black dude from where we at. Yeah, but he's still a nigga from the United Kingdom. So technically, we have to kind of like, all right, so who is it? Movie star right now, the biggest black movie star, man of color, is The Rock. So that's
hands down. Hey, yo, did you see that trailer of the Return of the Black Adam?
That's just gonna be
that shit. Word up, yo, that shit gonna be hot.
Yeah,
they got.
Listen, if you didn't even support The Rock, you gonna see.
Yo, they got like a Black Panther technology feel to it. It's just a different style. I know they got like an L director for that. Cause
I knew they was gonna go in that direction. You know what I knew when Black Panther came out? I said, let me tell you what Hollywood gonna do. You black man, you made that movie like this shit. We gonna go even harder. They going for Black Panther's ass on that shit. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. I already see they biting that style already by the spaceships and planes and shit like that, and some of the technology they got in that and that's just by looking at a preview, nigga. So we haven't even watched the film yet. You know what I mean?
The preview alone is gonna be like, whoa, like you're going for your next. Let me tell you, one thing I learned about movie production, they do the same thing in the car industry. They do the same thing. Like competition is competition. You did this on your production. And movie production, shit, that shit 2-3 years ago, that shit's old now. So it's like we gonna do something even crazier because now we gotta do what y'all did even better. So now, who do we have as a superhero on that? We don't got no new black face. Michael B. Jordan. Okay, granted, he was in the movie. What was the movie again?
Black Panther.
Black Panther. He was in Black Panther.
Yeah. But hold on. He's an anti-hero. That character, Killmonger, is not even a superhero. He's considered to be a villain. So that's not, you know what I mean?
Right. So who do we have? So now as black men, we could kind of relate to the black woman. Like, yo, they kind of, so we don't have, even on a gangster appeal right now, like how do we get to a point where we don't even got a good gangster in the movie right now? Other than what's that shit? The 50 Cent shit. I mean, come on now. Like,
you talking about Power.
Yeah, like who do we have that you're gonna see as the convincing, like, yo, I seen so-and-so in Manhattan today. This dude, I've seen him in person, and you actually gonna believe that character's that person. Like, it's not even convincing. You see The Rock in person, nigga, you're gonna believe all that shit. You're gonna be like, that's The Rock. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, does he got the black card? You know, I mean, I wouldn't say he got the black card, but we still acknowledge him as a man of color. You know what I'm saying?
Man of color, but
like the dude you're gonna see.
The Rock himself looked racially ambiguous. You can't.
Yeah.
If I would have never knew who The Rock was, and I just first time meeting son, I would have assumed that he was fully black. I would have assumed that he was black. Period.
Yeah,
but
you know I know a big dude that looked like The Rock, nigga. He's straight up and down. Like he got more of his father's genes. He's a white. His father's white, and the mother's black. But he took the size of the mother where it came to like that whole, you know what I mean, more husky, whatever. When he got that black blood, but he's still highly yellow. He looked like The Rock. But at the end of the day, the light skinned cat that we gonna embrace on a swag tip. I mean, who do we got? Ice-T, nigga? Like,
yo,
shit is real slow. Shit is slow right now. So there's a market. Okay, Grant, there's a market. There's no melanin black dark chocolate killing it on mainstream, and people got to stop using the same name because that's sad because that's all we got. Okay, black American man. Same thing. That's just diminishing, and we're starting to lose it right now because now they want that white man to be the hunk shit, tall, dark, and handsome. He coming through with the scruffy beard. He's on the damn soap opera. He's the kingdom. We come up on there. We rob an old lady again. They're going right back to that whole situation. So we're losing, if we want to be able to identify with black women, are like, wow, that's kind of messed up with us. It's the same shit with us as black men. We kind of losing that. So who do we have? We don't have that hero. We got publicities now with people doing like Shaq is doing this thing, whatever. But Shaq, he's not a movie star. You know what I'm saying? He's not an actor. He is a impresario. That's cool. But you know, we on the acting tip, I think that we're both lacking that. So I think there's something that black and I like to see a new face. You know, they had that movie Get Out. I'm like, oh, he's a new director, whatever. I'm like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like a dude that had an independent film. It made a lot of money. Okay, that's a good story, but we don't got good films with us in there repping no more. Like, so when you got a good, my point is, when you got a good representation, people will follow that. Like when Toni Braxton came out with that haircut and Halle Berry, they created a movement. Everybody was rocking.
Yeah, it was a trend. Yeah,
it was a trend. You know what I'm saying? And she's always going to be known for that hairstyle in one movie, and then exploded. So when you see Halle with long hair, she looks weird. It's like that's Halle Berry, but that's technically her hair, right? So now, as a black man, who do we look at as heroes? Like, yo, dude is more of my size. Let me rep. It's like somebody is 7 foot and look at Shaq. Like, all right, that's not a good example because Shaq just wears $50 shoes. He don't care about that. He's multi-rich. Yeah. Who can we represent that's big and tall, that's out there killing the game, other than The Rock? You know what I'm saying? Like, who can a woman look at? Oh, Precious, she big. Precious, like, come on now, that's a disgrace. Like,
yeah. I mean.
There's a lot of big women that look better.
This is not even a debate. I agree with you, man. I mean, like, there's no one that resembles the phenotype like me is a superstar. I mean, like, not in comparison to The Rock, not Dwayne Johnson. I mean,
no one. I mean, you had your man that was from Power. And he started throwing black women under the bus, went crazy. That video, they should have never did that when they did it.
Wait, hold on. Get me him to the game. What happened?
What's the dude that played? You know, the dude with the beard, the dude that's like my complexion. They used to be on Power. I don't watch it as much. I'm doing the two.
Oh, you talking about the Ghost, the character Ghost? Yeah, Ghost. Yeah.
This dude, like, okay, what happened was he was at Brooklyn Bridge Park, right?
Right.
Sister approached him, and she seen him with his white woman. You know, he got a white woman. Clear.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but go ahead, keep going.
And she approached him, and he wanted an autograph. He's like, "Well, I'm with my family," and she was like, "Yo, but I'm saying I follow you, I support you." Yo, nigga spazzed on her, and the black woman. I know the publicist killed that nigga. They probably fired her because they was like, "I can't. This nigga crazy." He went off. He lost his mind. Like, yo, I'm here with my family, and then I'm sick of y'all women, boom, boom. And they took it as if, well, he's with this white woman. He's out in Brooklyn. The sisters wanted her autograph. The nigga threw under the bus. They took it as that was the situation because he was into a white woman. Just visually. Right. So he lost a lot of points with sisters. You know what I'm saying? They switched. They love the method, man. They like, man, fuck this nigga. This nigga's a weasel. So,
okay. Due to the fact that he's a celebrity,
right?
You know, one on Omari Hardwick, aka Ghost or whatever,
right.
From him being a celeb, he should have the understanding, like, yo, you know, like, especially when you're like a sex figure like that too. Right. A lot of females, they're gonna approach you, man, because they're a fan.
I'm with my family.
He should have some type of understanding on that. I mean,
right.
But on the flip side, yo, he's a celeb. He probably deals with a lot of people. Right. So I don't think it's because he's dating a white woman. He just I think from the perspective of being a celebrity, yo, he gets a lot of traffic like that. And sometimes you just want to spend quality time with your family and you know, have a normal day. But how he handled it, it was kind of unprofessional.
And he was showing the tension, and he replayed it at the Breakfast Club. Like he was angry there.
Yeah,
he was flipping, like, to the point where I was like, "Damn, Angela, just ask him this." Angela's soft. She should have been like, let me ask you a question because I know I'm gonna get it. Do you like black women? That was his chance to just because you flipped in a person because the girl put it out, the girl that approached him, and you talked about it. You flipped in the Breakfast Club during the interview, so you showing your anger. All right, so you know what? We know the celebrity braces as a man. We're like, well, damn, he probably was his fan. He probably was going through things that day. No, the black woman gonna be like, because you was with that white girl. That's why you treated me like that. If I was white, you wouldn't have did that. And that's what happened. So, you know, the girls were starting to put down his wife. They were killing the wife. They were going crazy. Like, wife like a man. It was throwing her under the bus. And Omari, right now, if I was Omari's publicist, and he's like, yo, dude, what you think I should do? And he hired me. And he not with this shit. I'm like, yo, you need to get you a banging ass chocolate system now because the woman ain't fucking with you right now. They think
yeah. I mean, yo, he's complaining about he didn't get paid as much as he should have been getting paid when he was paid. And power and all that. Yeah. Like, yo, like his career's kind of spiraling on a negative path. You know what I mean, he need
that's the black female executives in there too. People be thinking sisters. Listen, Roseanne Barr got canned from a black executive, a sister. Okay, that's on NBC. That's a whole higher level. Howard, they probably, I think that nigga's secret because you know one thing about it, there's a lot of black women in power that's gay. So they ain't them lying. Like, why is it that this dude ain't doing nothing, bro, on Showtime or nothing? They seeing it. They're like, you listen. When you coming for that anti-black woman thing, you bringing that manosphere shit to the industry, you're gonna have a hard time. Michael B. Jordan right now, he's doing his publicity. He did it with Lori. He should be okay for now, right? Let him do whatever he do. He was with the black woman. They can't really say nothing.
Yeah, and I feel like he only did that to soften the blow on the, you know what I mean? The blows he was getting from the black community, man. I don't really think he be on it like that. I mean,
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yo, I did this 8 months. Leave me alone. I did my credibility. Go back. So you know what they're gonna do? Let her be with Jack Harlow. Do whatever. I'm gonna be over here. Give me a back. Because I tell you right now, that nigga loves non-black women. Not only because he shows it, he said it. I'm saying so. Like he had to do that. But Omari right now, his struggle right now is an issue, and I know because I'm like, damn, you ain't doing nothing on HBO. You ain't doing nothing on Showtime. How you got this image? And you ain't even really working like that. And you talk about
you know, and like by him saying that he wasn't getting paid enough in the game, like when 50 first got his deal with Stars, what he was making in the show was it the money that they offered him. He could have been like, yo, I'm 50, I don't know. Right. I demand more, but he understood the business aspect of it, like, yo, you're fresh new in the acting gig. So, you know, on an executive level, so this is what we're going to offer you. He took that situation and made it a success.
Right.
Now he's not getting that same dollar amount when he started. He tripled he's probably quadrupled his value of being an executive / owner of a TV show.
Yeah.
And I feel like Omari, he doesn't understand that aspect, the business aspect of the game like that, you know? You take your situation and you're supposed to elevate yourself, man. You know what I mean?
Omari is
being an actor in power is a stepping stool for you to catapult to the next level. You know what I mean? Because Michael B. Jordan, where he started off at? The Wire. Now he took that situation, he made it. He willed himself in a good situation. Now he's one of the top actors in the world.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I mean, it's to the point. It's to the point where DC. There's rumors that DC is actually offering him a spot to become the first Black Superman. Know what I
mean? Yeah, that did a big thing for him. But what you do on the superheroes as a Black actor, that is a major, incredible level. I feel that if people didn't know who Michael B. Jordan was before because they thought he was just a square dude that forgot where he came from, I thought this publicity was healthy. But it's sad to me when you see brothers like Omari Hardwick that There's no way in the world this dude should have way bigger roles than that. So that means there's something going on with him as an individual. And I think the nigga definitely got a mental thing where he's frustrated and he blasts. And I think that if anybody watched that interview on a Breakfast Club, they will see a whole different side of Omari. Like, I couldn't believe he was.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on that, I feel like, okay, when a dude like that's probably has been catered to his whole life,
right,
to a certain degree, because of his aesthetics.
Right.
So on a perspective, okay, on a psyche perspective of it,
right,
people equivalent attractive people being good. It equivalent that individual being good. So because of that, you know, he may get treated a lot better than a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, so it's like, I feel like, yo, his whole life, you know, he's been skating by, and, you know, because of his aesthetic, your aesthetics could take you but so far. You know what I mean?
That's true. It's a full fact. It's funny.
And pause. Yeah. No homo.
Yeah, no homo. No homo. No homo. It's funny because, you know, I think that's another thing that people are forgetting when these independent filmmakers, I'm letting people know that as well. Y'all have to start thinking of, how can I build a dope character that the world needs? Because we're lacking that shit right now. Like, good character, good image. Because Denzel's like, listen, I mean, I'm getting older now, nigga. I can't, you know, y'all got to do your thing right now. Like, all these greats, we're not building greats. And I feel now where if a dude just gonna get a dude from around the way to play a part, nah, nigga, you gotta get that cast. Like, get that person that's really gonna be like, yo, this person. You see somebody or wherever you're walking, like, yo, this person don't even realize that they can change this whole world. Like, I think people are missing that vision. It's the same way when I got homegirls that send me dark-skinned women makeup videos and beauty videos and stuff. And I'm like, yo, she does her thing. She be teaching a lot of women. I'm like, yeah, but they're not going by what she's teaching. They're going by what she look like. So if you got a banging joint where it's just like, whoa, they're going to believe anything she tell her to do. That's just how people follow. Like, she could tell them to put pizzas on her face. If she looks the part, they're going to believe her. So I think a lot of people got to realize right now that we need better representation. I mean, salute to Idris Elba, but my man, at the end of the day, the only thing we got from you that looks like you out here is Ralph Tresvant from New Edition. This nigga looking crazy. So, like, you are a UK actor. You do UK movies. You're still doing movies in the UK, and that's all good. But yeah, we see you with a black woman. That's great. But if you was with a white woman, it would be okay because you European. That's what dark-skinned European dudes do. We won't even take it offensively. But Omari Hardwick, we're like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you're gonna come through with the white joint, you gotta realize, like, she gotta have some type of Mariah Carey swag to her or something like that. You can't just come up in here and think all sisters is hating on what you doing, whatever. So I feel the representation, we got a lot of goofballs that's in the position to do a lot of things, and they just not doing it. If I was casting a sister and I'm going into wherever, I could be in downtown New Jersey or downtown Manhattan, I'm going to capture a sister that probably never even thought she could get on television. I'm going to capture something that's going to be crazy because they're not grabbing it. So finally, we got something on both ends as a man and woman, a black man, black woman, that they're, you know, mainstream, they're not representing the right formula of what we're missing right now. I think we're missing a big thing on that, man. So right now, I mean, Method Man, that's the homie, you know what I'm saying? But
yo, like, his acting career is kind of flourishing right now.
It's definitely.
I know you're not a fan of Power, but yo, he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good playing an attorney, man. He's doing a great job, man.
You know, Meth, let me tell you something with Meth, and shout out to the homie Meth. It's the only rapper from Wu-Tang Clan never left Staten Island, which is crazy, which is dope. He live over there with the white people over there on the Huguenot. But Meth is the bro. I'm gonna tell you something I love about Meth, man. Shout out to Meth, that's the homie. Method Man had to just embrace the fact that a lot of his characters, if he goes into a character and become the lawyer, right? It's like, okay, that's challenging because he's a street dude, but people don't understand. Method Man doesn't walk around with a suit, doesn't walk around with all that, whatever. So for him to go into that character and actually play this role, me knowing him, I'm like, yeah, but you should have did that back in How High. Like he had it in him then. It was just that in How High he was doing the goofy Park Hill shit, rather than now it's like kind of like my thing. Like you could have been doing this 20 years ago. Like Method Man has been on that. So basically, when people are seeing the flourishing, even my lady's like, wow, it's amazing, you know, because she watches Power.
Yeah, he is a seasoned actor. He's seasoned in the game already.
Right.
So obviously his skills going to be up to par.
You know what's going to make Meth blow up even more? No disrespect to 50. Meth is going to have to be with that same character appeal that he's doing now, the work he's putting in now.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be picked up from something more major than the Star situation, respectfully.
Right.
He's going to have to be that guy. Like they can't put him up in The Shy and he be the dude that is the gangster and yo, you go tell him to do. Nah, none of that shit. He has to have a real supporting role by being one of the main characters, such as the father of a daughter, where he could really play. I think that's where they're gonna steal, because then mainstream is gonna see that nigga and be like, yo, we gotta put him in one of these major films. But I feel as if he's too big for what he's doing right now. I feel that he can be bigger for something that he had in him all along, because he has the character that we're missing. We're not getting that void. We got people.
But see, this is what makes 50 amazing. He knows how to cultivate that skill and showcase it. That's what, shout out to 50, man. Let me one out there, man. For
shout out to 50 on that, man. I gotta give a one thing. 50 reminds me of what Ice Cube was in the late 90s or early 90s, where he had this, like, Ice Cube was catching all of them comics. He was catching all of them mainstream comics and pulling them in. And then, of course, it started to die down because, you know, he wasn't making good films later. But he had the eye. Like, anybody that was able to catch Chris Tucker and all these dudes in their prime, you came out with a movie that was legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all shot in one spot in front of one house. Ice Cube had an amazing ear and eye. 50 now, he's starting to do that. He's one of the only, first and foremost, respectfully to Staten Island, he the only one that pretty much got like 3 actors on the mainstream working from Staten Island. Like, he almost catches the people that he feels that don't got the proper credibility, but I'm going to put you in my joint and blow you up. Like that same formula Ice Cube was using years ago, which I admire about him. He got a good eye, because he even pulled in some of the struggling actors that ain't even working no more, where I'm like, you got my man from Menace to Society in there. Like, you got cats in the game that we're like, how is this dude's not making movies no more? But 50, he's catching those favorites that we kind of forgot about. But I feel that
you talking about the governor cat, and he played that role good too.
Dude.
I'm like, man, and it's like, it takes like a brother like 50 to showcase talent like that, man. Because not every, and shout out to all my Caucasian people out there, man.
No question.
Not many Caucasian people could cultivate skills from our demographic. You heard?
Oh, fact. And that's hard for people. See, that's what we were missing with directors like Spike and, you know, what's my man that passed away? The dude that did Boys in the Hood. You know, we're missing filmmakers that knew us. It's like back in the day for FUBU, for us, by us. Like we know that formula. Like if 50 can do that, just imagine if we got another creator that knows that the same way. Like he can pull, like there's some people that had that eye. You had Tupac, he had that eye. He pulled dudes from South Jersey into the music game and called it the Outlaws, and these niggas was ill. Like, you know, then it's always incredible to me when people could catch people in nestled areas. Like Lil Wayne, people forget. Lil Wayne still caught Drake from Canada and caught Nicki Minaj from Queens. Like if it was left to us, niggas wasn't pulling it in like that. So we need John Singleton. Thank you, Chaotic. Yeah, John Singleton was that person that had that formula. He didn't even want to do the Tupac movie because he like, we're not doing the Tupac movie because if I can't do it my way, I won't do it. Like, I don't want to die and then my legend goes into some trash. Like, he can't have all creative rights. He's not going to do it. So, if anybody's listening, we need more. I'm not putting myself out there. I know what I do, but anybody listening, start thinking different when you're out there. Like I tell people, you're going to look at properties. Don't look at houses. Look at lots. Pay attention to lots. Don't look at houses. Look at lots. Look at things you could build on. Same way when you see people, I look at character. I got a homie out here right now, short little dude. And this dude is a motorcycle, ATV dude, and he do his thing with all the four-wheelers. He has... If HBO was doing like a new version of The Wire, this dude would be a problem. He would be a problem. Like he has an image that's so ill. You could put him in a major movie, but again, he may live and die. Nobody may ever pick that up. That's just one example. Then you got dudes where you got street legends out here. Where like the Alpo situation when he got murdered, like the wrong producer catches that shit could be trash. But if we see,
I heard he got lined up by some chick or something like that.
Like, he got what?
He got lined up, like the chick he was dating lined him up to get bodied.
Oh, it's funny. See, the thing is with him, man. I was doing a story on that. They blocked the video. That video was having like 700 people watching it at the time, but YouTube took it down right in the middle of it. And listen, I was fortunate enough to catch Alpo in person back in the day, seeing him up in Harlem with the red MPV with his foot out with the crazy 15s in the back.
Word.
But Alpo, if somebody grabbed that story the right way, that would be it's not even a film of a documentary. It would just be like a smoking film, like the NWA movie. Like you didn't have to know NWA to know that movie was dope. Why? Because the director that directed it showed you that even if you didn't even know who NWA was, it was a dope ass film. It was a great ass film, and I think that's what people have to understand. You're gonna do
well, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Now, have you seen Paid in Full?
Paid in Full was sensational. I think.
Okay. Now, do you think they display the image of Alpo like on point? Like you think they did a good job on that?
Sensational job because number one, they casted Cameron, which you couldn't have got no better than that at that time. Cameron was exactly how Alpo was. He looked like him.
Right.
I mean, he looked like him so much. He acted like him with everything from they casted him. That was one of the best casts of the movie. All of them was casted right because all of the people they played, Mekhi Phifer looked like Rich Porter.
Yeah, and Mekhi Phifer, he's a great actor too. Great actor.
Killed it.
Yo, whatever happened? I'm like, I don't see him in no more movies now.
He do a lot of Netflix and Amazon movies. He got this movie out now where he plays with this woman and he's they take him in, a mechanic and his beautiful young wife take him in, and then she starts sleeping with him and they killed him for the insurance money. It's a cool 4K looking movie, but to say like, damn, bro, like how do you not get no sensational roles since then? Again, people forgot. Look how you just said that. That movie right there, without a doubt, I have to definitely put in one of my best movies in regards to something that they displayed for Harlem. They did a sensational job. And a lot of
like a film is good when you are brought within that timeline. Like when you're watching that film, you feel like you're there in between 89 and 90. You get that. I mean, with the Saab, with the BBSs. I mean, even the cinematic views of it. I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm in the. You know what I mean? 89, 90 niggas.
That shit incredible. And even your man, what's his name? Woody Harris. He looked like AZ. Like he had the mannerism of A. I met
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you, how do you have three characters? Even to do with the glasses that played the greaseball dude, all of them.
The nigga on the motorcycle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody did that was a great movie with casting. They casted the right people and they acted well. It's like you could cast the right person. Look at a guy that like Tupac, but it's like the guy that played Biggie. Okay. The problem with those two movies was y'all casted somebody that looked like him, but at the end of the day, it's like the movie was unnecessary because it was too soon. Number one, they did it
I feel like the Tupac movie, the casting and the writers, man, it's just. I feel like they were just writing off the brand of Tupac just to make a buck. To be real with you,
yeah, that's what that's the Chicago dude. That was the dude that owned that movie. He was the one that just did it just for money. Because I don't think John Singleton. I'm gonna respectfully say this, even though John Singleton is no longer with us.
Let me tell you why. Because I don't want to disparage this director / dude or whatever. Right? Like it wasn't believable. Even though Homeboy did look like Tupac phenotypically, but the way he was like he didn't. I'm not knocking his acting skills. He's a phenomenal actor, but you didn't convince me that you was Pac in that film. The Suge Knight they casted, like, it was so,
I knew that dude.
Said it the best way. It looked like some Lifetime shit.
Yo, dude. How could you not cast a dude that looked like Suge Knight? You telling me there's nobody that looked like Suge? Come on. Like, they got a dude that you didn't even have the right. Listen.
Honestly, the people that put out that film, man, was just a quick buck. Because in comparison to NWA, that's big difference, man. NWA film was a great film.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't think John Singleton wanted to do a movie at all. I think Tupac's legacy was so big, being that he was a great actor. I think in a weird way, I don't feel if they're gonna do a Tupac movie, I think it was just too soon. How could you duplicate an actor that only been dead for 20 years versus somebody that been dead for nearly 50? Like, I'll give an example. The rate when Jamie Foxx did Ray, okay, sensational. That was incredible. Ray wasn't an actor. So to see him play this person was not only convincing because he did a sensational job with it. Remember, this is a dude who used to do sketch comedy. That's what he did for a living. That's what he was known to do. He was more of a sketch comic before he was a comic.
Right.
But now you see down the line and say, I don't know if you could feel me on this, but I don't think you can do a Tupac or Biggie movie. It's just something that just can't be done. It's almost like if it's going to be done, I think it's going to be, it should have been done 30 years ago. I don't think you can duplicate
with those films. It require a lot of money and a lot of effort. I feel like these people that, especially for the big movie, was not the greatest film, but it sure wasn't as bad as the Tupac film. I mean, the Tupac film was not convincing at all.
Right. So how are we going to have a film? How could you take somebody to play Tupac as an actor to play Tupac as an actor? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's just Tupac played characters for a living. So, like, how do we have a person playing him in a movie? It's just, I don't know. I've seen reenactments that were better than that on Lifetime, like when they were showing documentaries. But I feel like, let's say, for example, they did a Run DMC movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think a LL Cool J movie would be Lifetime. I don't think it could be. I don't think everything has a different zone, but I think a Run DMC movie can be mainstream. I don't think.
Well, now let me interject real quick. If there's a good director that's passionate about the character of LL Cool J, he can make that a phenomenal movie. He can make it hot.
On a mainstream, remember though, LL's an actor.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Right.
You understand? Like, Run DMC, they didn't act. So it's like we do a story on them, it could be a sensational movie. LL is currently an actor.
Right.
And he's alive. So it's like we only can do documentaries for now. Like, how are we gonna display the man to play better than the man?
No, I feel you on that. Because he's still living, there will be some type of conflict into
right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we can do a Lifetime style movie and
because he's in that lane. I feel what you're saying.
In that lane, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, if we want to use somebody random, let me think of somebody random. I'm like, I mean, we could do a Ice-T story from the time he gets older and younger, but that's because we don't know Ice-T's story. LL's story, we kind of probably know. Listen, they did New Edition, right? New Edition, none of them. No, they probably played a couple in some sitcoms, but that was good because they.
But the documentary, like the Lifetime joint for that, was pretty good.
That shit was good.
That shit was real good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that because first and foremost, I'm like, wow, there's stuff that I never knew, and the characters played all ages, all the ages that they did it well. I thought that was definitely one of the Salt and Pepper movie. Low budget, but I thought that was good. Why?
I didn't see that. I didn't see the Salt and Pepper joint.
Kind of decent, but
yeah,
they were actors. I think if you could redo actors' stories, you could redo an artist story when they weren't actors, then it's different. Now, Biggie, what do I feel about Biggie? I don't feel they should have touched that at all. That was just a bad.
But I think there's some bias in you because you are a New Yorker. So somebody that's going to make a film like that has to be able to please the people, man, from New York. If people in New York is not going to feel it, then you got, you know what I mean? That means...
He did a good job, too.
Yeah.
Duke did a good... he did such a good job. He can't...
And shout out to Gravy for playing that role, too.
Yeah. Gravy
he did a good job. He did a good job.
He really, really did a good job. It was believable. But then it was also like Biggie's story is so short of his lifetime. It's almost like they took 20-something years of his life and the shit felt like it was 6 months. It was just, it wasn't a good story rather than NWA. You see this thing and you're like, God damn, what unit? I never knew. Like, what an amazing film.
You know what? It's funny you say that. What they should do, you know how they had the what's that? Like, you know those films in Netflix where they have like, because it's a vast amount of information about the subject of the film that they break them down in increments of like 4 sets. So they have a season 1 of Big, and each 4 streams of it is like 2 hours long. And then they come out with a season 2. I think they should do something like that for Big's legacy. I mean,
Big's legacy now, which is so sad. His passing was so abrupt. It's almost like we didn't think he would be the one. I tell you what, it'll be a good film though. It'll be short, but it's not mainstream yet. Pop Smoke's joint would be a good movie, but it wouldn't be a good mainstream because, like I said, his life was too short because there was a struggle there from a good dude turned bad, whatever. But again, I wouldn't say that's like, Lifetime. I'm just gonna say this, it's not official. But I feel now, as far as these what kind of movies they call those when they redo the artists from the past? It's called
like a biography type film.
Right. I think now with this artist that we miss it, but I think on the law, I think somebody need to grab that Run DMC shit. That would be a sensational thing because they weren't actors. So if the cast could play them, because again, I felt the Tupac movie. I mean, listen, I'm a Pac fan, but you can't duplicate Pac, man, in a movie. It's just, how do you do that? Like,
you can't. Yeah, I mean, you can. It would just take a great cast and crew
Right.
writers and a direct, like everything has to be lined up to make that film an amazing film.
Yeah,
The person who put out the I don't even want to say the dude's name, but the dude that put out that film, it was for a quick buck, man. There was no
strictly like, yo, even the dude that I seen doing it, you talk about that Chi-Town dude, I'm like, come on, bro, you know you're doing this for a quick bag because it's unnecessary. John definitely didn't want to do it. So that alone was already an issue, but they were so desperate. Oh, we're gonna do the movie, and I don't know, man. Listen, we missing some greats, but I feel that the greats are out here. They just not expanding themselves. We missing some greats.
Yeah, but you know the reason why there's not enough of us making classic films like that is because there's not enough of us in power to make that kind of power move. You know.
No, definitely not.
The 50, 50 Cent could do but so much, you know?
Right. And you know what? It's funny you say that because I was listening to Damon Dash the other day, man. Probably one of the best. See, I'm not a fan of him, but I like him, if that makes sense. I'm going to tell you why. He did something that I would never forget. When I meet him again, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to listen. You inspired me in a way that nobody ever did. Everything that we see that looks not reachable, Dame Dash makes it like shit is nothing, bro. Like, you want to be an actor, nigga, go out with a camera and just shoot something.
Right.
You know, you want to be an artist, go make like. And when he said this, there was one particular thing when he was showing this guy, like I think he was talking to a couple of ball players. God was there. It was this clip in his podcast about 3 months ago. And he was talking about the dude say he want to be an actor. And the guy was like, well, why not you want to act? Why you not acting?
Right.
Like, well, you know, I got to do this. He said, no. He said, yo, let me show you. He showed his cameraman. He said, listen, say such and such. He told him to say it. He said, okay, you just did a movie. He said, but all the movies I did, I never used no scripts. And what happens is we as people, production is something that we lack because we don't think it's obtainable.
Right.
Black YouTube, white YouTube. White YouTubes, they get hardcore in their production. They go hard. They do this, whatever. Blacks, we don't think it's obtainable because we don't have people making it seem obtainable. So me as an individual, as a person, I watch film and you know, obviously I want to be a film director. So every film I watch, I'm like, how in the hell did they do that shot? And how much did that cost? How much did this? Damn, how did they get to rent all those people? Everything to me can be fear. But I caught myself and said, from a director's perspective, shout out to my man that did the movie Django. What's his name? The white dude.
Oh, he played in oh my goodness. I know who you're talking about. Yo, people in the chat, yo, who's the producer and director of Django? What's his name?
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino. Okay. Quentin Tarantino.
And he played in Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, Quentin Tarantino did some billionaire mindset shit. This nigga went, yo, he did this video. I couldn't believe what I was watching. What he did, we don't do. Let me say that again. Like, what he did, white men will tell you how to make money. Black motherfucker be like, well, I'm saying you just got to do this and that. Dame Dash be giving it up too. But
yeah, he be giving mad game out there, yeah.
Quentin made a video, not no interview, a video on basically how to be, let's just say how to be a film director. Yo, son, it was so powerful. I couldn't believe he was giving this information up. He basically let it be known, anything he filmed, he already visioned in his head already. Like, if I'm above a building and doing a shot from a damn drone or a plane, I'm making that shot. Right. Everything he visioned, he said everything you see in a film, that shit was visioned already. He already put that together in Django or whatever movie he did. That's just one of the things he dropped. Dude, when I finished watching this, I was like, you know what? I wish more people would give information like this because we don't think it's obtainable to us. We get scared. We see a camera crew. Yes, production company, you got to film, you got to hire a production company. That shit may cost you millions of dollars. But you can afford to pay them if you got the funds.
Right.
We don't think that. So we see 50 like, all we got now, respectfully, is 50. Who do we have? Like, even my man that was doing Money and Violence on YouTube, he was going in a great direction. He was giving independent filmmakers the rush. And then he got caught out there with the LA shit. 50 grabbed power. They got him out of there because he got caught up with the writers. There was this other Brooklyn web series. The dude started smoking, crack, and getting high. Two of the biggest series out of Brooklyn to stop producing.
Right.
The guy that's trying to do it again because he's trying to do it, but he's not what he was. It was different. Point of what I'm making is we don't think that's obtainable. It's almost like going through a neighborhood in Jersey and saying, how does y'all niggas is in Irvington, there's not one rapper here that y'all could tell me that's popping, male and female, like that we could know? Like, we just gonna go with my man that, my man that was up in what's the dude that got with the one eye? Everything you don't let go.
You talking about what's his name?
The nigga they got caught in the coke situation.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
my. Yo, hold on. Let me. Chat, help me out, man. Yo, what's the name of the record?
Everything that felt to go.
Yo, I know who that is.
I'm gonna start off by saying this.
I can't remember his name.
Somebody pull it up.
But keep going, man. I mean, I know who you're talking about.
The problem is that I look at it from that level. Like, I'm all over, right? So I'm riding through the hood saying, all right, all these individuals got the same radio station. We all linked together. We all linked together through YouTube, all the above.
Mm-hmm.
How is that we don't have an artist or an actor from this hood that is putting the shit on the map currently? You know what I mean? Like, you look at a neighborhood different now when somebody pops off and does bigger. So I feel that people don't think it's obtainable. We watch so many people do it, we don't think we could do it. And Shaq said something when he was in Newark at this park the other day with the thing with the building. He said this and it hit. He was like, listen, you could be anything you want to be. We heard that since kindergarten school, but I don't think people believe that. It's almost like we know that that's true, but we don't know it's true. So the point is, when I'm making Quentin, he gave me a gem in this movie of something I always struggled with. And I didn't believe it. And I said, I vision things, and then I'm like, damn, I may need a big, that's fear. I may need a big production company just to be able to direct this and show them what I'm thinking of. But that's what he does for his film. So the same shit I've been on, he confirmed it. And that's the push that we need from people. So Black folks, I feel, my father always told me this too, we don't really, the ones that's in the position, we don't really give up
game.
How we doing it.
Yeah, we don't give up game like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like,
yeah, especially an old head, man. They don't drop no wisdom. They gotta vibe with you first before they drop gems. And even then, they're not giving you everything.
They don't give it up
because they look at you as competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my right hand mans, I ain't gonna say his name because that's my bro or whatever. He's a big comedian in LA. He used to be asking like, yo, how this nigga ain't put you on? Yes. But his mother told me this, and I never forgot. She said, oh my God, your mother, I need to tell your mother how amazing you are. Like, what his mom seen, his son knows what I do, but why would he do that? You understand? It's almost like, yeah, you a comedian on stage. I can't do stand-up per se, but I could get on stage and do something else, but I can't, that's not my thing, you know what I mean? But it's almost like, why would he put me on for me to get put on and he won't get put on? And that's that mentality with us as Black folks. So it's almost like Not all of us, because clearly there was individuals that came in this game and was giving up. You know, Damon Dash in Kanye's documentary was, nigga, I want you to get on. We need to sign you, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that we as Black folks, nigga, we can't give up information if we got a deal on something. Like, we got a good deal on a car, we don't tell nobody.
Right, you know, and with Black folks, man, you know, like, they want to be compensated for everything, man. It's just like, yo, giving out free game or helping somebody out, it's not going to kill you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's like, we don't want to put, so for the words of my father, he told me that white man will tell you how to make money. He said, in the moving business when I was a kid, he said they always told him, and you want to hear something, bro? I'm not going to lie to you. They do. They are constant. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Come on. Brothers is, let's not get it twisted. Brothers that recommend something, but my brothers in power, like niggas that really like, we could be at the Wayne's house chilling. Like, I'm talking to so and so, and it's like, yo, let's get out of here. I'm like, yo, fam. Like, the nigga Damon Wayans is literally kicking it with me, telling me, yo, you need to write a book. Sean Wayans, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Wayans is here. His girl's here. My man's here. Donnell Rollins, Ashley, Larry walks in. Yo, Corey, what up? I mean, you know, they know me as Corey, right?
Yeah.
He see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people that I know, right? Yo, they're so engaged in this conversation with me. My man ain't in the conversation. They in the conversation hard. He's like, to the point where it's like, yo, write that book. I'm telling you, write it. They're in my car. Like, I'm picking them up from Radio City because I'm with my man. That's his people's.
Yeah.
In the car, yo, the girl was intrigued. He wasn't on no jealous shit or none of that. Like, my man was like, yo, we got to get out of here. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, come on, man. Out of all situations now, I mean, he should have the sense to know that, yo, even if he needed to leave, he should have enough sense to have a little bit of self-discipline to take that out and let your man flourish, man. That mean, you know what I'm saying?
Wasn't letting it, bro.
We don't operate like that, man. We always got to throw a wrench to something good that's about to happen.
Yo, fam, the dude told me that.
And this is the problem within our community, man. We shit on each other.
I'm trying to get hard, man. Let me tell you how deep this is. Sorry, people. I know we stayed here longer, but I gotta tell my man this. Let me tell you this. I remember recently we was at a show with Common and a whole bunch of A-listers, right? The girl was with me and him. She like, yo, everybody be stopping him. Like, everybody loves this nigga. Everywhere we go, they be stopping you more than me. He said that. The girl agreed, was like, yo, it's crazy. Like, everybody knows you. And I'm like, I don't think that they know me. I think what's happening is I'm with y'all. They're like, no. So he's seen the power of that. Like, if you see a bodyguard with a celebrity, you ain't gonna pay attention to the bodyguard. You're gonna pay attention to the celebrity.
Right.
These niggas was giving me love like I was him. Like, I didn't just get off stage. He was on stage with Common. That's So he acknowledged this recently. Wow, that's the same shit your mother said. You know what I mean? But what's crazy is I can't see what they're seeing because I can't have the outer better experience that way. But there's something we say, oh, everybody loves you. It's crazy. Like, I had a shirt that said, I had a few shirts from the UK from my homegirl. She got a playlist that said Blacknificent. So I love that shirt.
Oh, that's dope. I like that. Yo, it got a nice ring to it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just crazy how sometimes the same way I said you could look at somebody, you know, they got something special, they could see the same with you. It's almost like, I don't know what you do, but yo, what's up? Like, they may have thought they see me somewhere. I'm like, I'm just with him. This is my man. I'm his guest. So I used to find myself constantly not wanting to take the light away. Like, nah, I'm here with the bro. And it's crazy. So even at the end of the month, we got to address this because he coming here to do 5 shows consecutively at a particular place in Manhattan, right?
Right.
And again, it's going to be the same situation because where he's at, there's other A-listers at or B-listers, right? So now I have to say to myself, okay, well, I'm going to have to embrace all of these things that I feel there's a void in. I got to fill that in one way or another. Because forget the fact that when people are picking up, clearly there's a void. We all know that we don't give up information as much as we should. Niggas don't want to plug you in on the plug. White man wants to see you. People want to see you famous. Your people's made at this famous. Like, well, nigga, I'm struggling out here. Nigga, you got 4 million followers. I got 800. Like, tell somebody to follow the chat or whatever. But
right.
I can't push myself to do that because shout out to my man Gerald Barkley, the one that got me into doing the street interviews. He like, yo, you could do it yourself.
And by the way, that's a skill. And that's how you know when niggas talking about they be bagging chicks.
Right.
You can tell the difference because you have that skill where you're able to converse with any random individual. And that's a skill not everybody possesses. Know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
You can tell you cut from a different cloth, man. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that. And
yo, you're definitely a talented brother, man.
Thank you, bro.
If you don't hear it enough, man, you're gonna hear it from me. Cause man, yo,
I appreciate that, bro. I never understood when I seen certain people that artists or singers, and I'm like, do you know what you do when you see them on a regular level, right? Like just being themselves.
Yeah.
Even me, sometimes I have to take a look back and say, how the hell did I produce this? Like, what was I thinking then? But it's the same thing like when I'm on the street, because once I see a crowd, it intrigues me. Like, I'm missing going into Manhattan doing these interviews. I'm missing it. I am, you know what I'm saying? But now I just got 2 family members that caught COVID. So just as I want to go back out there, it's just too much of a risk. But the podcast, all that stuff I love doing, I do. But what I really, really miss is them street interviews, man. Oh my God. Like I was able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, showing women, to be comfortable, and showing the man how approachable the prettiest woman is. She's approachable. She's lonely. Niggas are scared of her.
Right.
And when I was on the streets up until 2019, because I haven't done a street interview then, believe me, today would be a day I would go out there and do it. Like, yo, call the nephew up, yo, just meet me over here.
Right. But like, I'm not that younger than you. You know what I mean? I look older than you anyway. But you
gotta remember though, bro, but we black. Like, you can't tell that.
Yeah, you can't really tell because you know what I mean? Because the melanin and all that.
Right.
But yo, like, I'm from your era. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't grew up with all this technology or whatever. So if you wanted to converse with a female, you had to approach the female bagger and try to seal the deal after. You know what I mean? Yes. But a lot of the younger generation, they not really on it like that. You know what I mean? Some of them are even socially awkward. And like, yo, the stats show that younger generation, 30% of them don't even be smashing like that.
Nope.
Know what I mean?
Nope.
A lot of them are like, you know what I mean, virgins and all that. I mean,
it's you mentioned our era, man, is so true because this is where I could kind of see the frustration of dudes that's going through it. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I get on them, I do, but I get on them because it's constructive criticism. Like, like somebody seeing you slipping, it's like you with your fellas when you were a kid, and niggas be like, yo, nigga, what you coming out here with that shit? They snapping on you. You ain't gonna do it no more.
Right.
The era now of approaching a woman or Friday night like you a single man or you got a shorty, but yo, what am I gonna do for the weekend? Who am I gonna slide in with? That shit is almost not even attainable right now. Like
it's being hold on. It's being let me interject real quick. It's being diminished now. Yo, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a TikTok influencer that went viral, right? And you know, she was undressing in the middle of the gym in front of a mirror, and the trainer just so happened, you know, turned around and looked at her, but she kind of falsely accused son kind of like stalking her and harassing her. And it's like, yo, that's one of the reasons why most dudes from that younger generation won't approach a female, because she'll turn around and say, like, yo, this creep is harassing me. Yo,
send me that, try to send me that to my jump off.
I sent it to you. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, it went viral. Yo, everybody's talking about it. Know what I mean?
Okay, you see, I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm gonna tell you something. That's another thing too. When I was in the streets, try to let these women know this. And it's sad because most of them ain't even like that, but a man has to know the difference. I could show you better than I could tell you. So what's the difference with a woman that's gonna give you that problem? Could you tell? Yeah, you can. But a lot of dudes don't understand it because it's like, well,
right, and that's because it's a lack of engaging with females.
Yes.
I mean, you can kind of really tell when the female's a scumbag or not. I mean, because you have experience.
Yes.
But you know what I mean?
Thank God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what it was? You know, my pops, you know, come on, you know the players from that time era, they've been on anything, but the only thing is with him, he taught me it so much. So as I've seen, I probably seen things I should have seen throughout the years, but I did learn I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. So every day I live that corrective system of, well, I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. But one thing I learned among many is the mode of approaching a woman without offending her. I think of it in a way where one of my classes started, I think I was in Hillside or somewhere in Jersey, right? I was in work clothes coming out of my truck online. See this baddie, like crazy. So she gets to the register, 2 registers. She gets to the register. I'm at 1 register. I see her order. Order comes to like, I don't know, $8, $9. I take $10 bill. I give it to the register. I just come over. I'm at my register, but she's at another register. I give her the $10. The woman goes, oh. The cashier goes, oh. $10, nigga. $10. I paid for it. Keep the change, whatever. She goes, oh my God. Nobody has ever did anything like that for me.
Wow.
That's what she said.
Wow.
So now, you can see this chick was been in the club, probably niggas buying bottles, all of that, just from the simplicity. Now, what's the average dude gonna do? Oh, okay, well, let's go on a date. Nah, I said, listen, you know, we're going through a lot. You know, we always been going through a lot throughout the years, right? She's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Point of what I'm making is, you make the impression, $10. What the hell is $10? That's an impression that's not only going to be impressionable to her, but I'm never going to forget. Even if she gets back into her car and she would have, man, what happened? Who was that? The guy paid for my thing. So what do? You want your number? No, he just left. He can't even be angry at that. So you know what I mean? Because my whole thing is I'm always thinking about, you never know who's in the car. Like last night, I'm all the way to the studio. This is literally hours ago. And I'm at the light, see this joint coming up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm at the light. Light's going to turn green. There's somebody behind me.
Yeah.
You know, walking closer. The dude's out the store. The Habibi dudes is out the store. They waiting for us. Clearly, she live in the neighborhood. So I'm like, ow, ow. And she's like, I was like, oh, I said, you know, you killing it. Something I said. The dude, he thirsty, walking behind the store with her. The thing was, it's just a mode of, you gotta know how to shoot them darts, because now average dude would have probably made a U-turn and went in the store. Nah, niggas, 12 o'clock in the morning, you don't know if her man is sitting in the car, whatever. That shit could be deadly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta know how to work out. And I say to work out, it's the same way how comics do. You know, Chris Rock, he'll pop up in a comedy store. You know, what they call comedy store, but comedy spot, and go work out. You know, you're in there with amateurs. He gets on stage, do whatever. They're like, oh my God, Chris Rock was here, but he came in to work out. You seeing is, yo, Chris Rock popped up in my comedy club. I can't believe it. Yeah, but he has to work out. That's their version of working. They got to go into real comedy clubs and pop up. So as a man, every now and then, you got to be able to pop up, say what you say, hit them hard, and keep it going. Don't expect a number. Don't try to talk to her. Learn how to say what you say and go. It builds character, it builds a confidence quicker. Because what ends up happening is you're able to do an array of nice things when if you were trying to bag it, you wouldn't have did that. If I was trying to bag it with the $10, I'm gonna be like the cornball at the club. I bought you a drink. You should give me a number. Sometimes you gotta know how to, on a high level, if you got your money like that, yo, tell that table next drinks is on me. And then you stick and move. Next thing I'm like, oh my God, thank you for what you did. Oh wow, yeah, you're welcome. Because that's my personality. Average guy doesn't think like that. You're gonna go to the club, oh, you're gonna sit by the bar, buy the girl the drink. She go with the next man. Now he gonna be tight. Dunkin' Donuts, my bro. Like the shit was $8. I don't care if it was $13. It don't matter. The whole point of the matter was you have to learn how to pick a personality and know that she's not only going to appreciate it, because as fine as she was, I know it was going to be a big deal. Right. What attitude was there? There was no attitude. Mm-hmm. But I know one thing, if it became, I'll tell you one thing for sure, she's never going to forget that. She'll never forget that.
Yeah. But I mean, yo, you're a stand-up guy anyway, man. So not every dude's moving that kind of light. I mean, you know, I could tell you're a stand-up dude and you're a man of principle. So, yes. And that's what women are naturally attracted to that type of personality. You know what I mean? You know?
I think everybody, you know, it's funny because it's like growing up in school and being the tallest one in the class. I never liked the shortest one to feel funny. I was always like that. Like, hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Don't let that bother you. So now with me, I always tend to feel everybody can do this. So when a dude coming at me, I'm like, yo, bro, anybody can do this. But then I'm like, nah, they're not gonna listen to it from that perspective. It's the same way how Shaq said, yo, $50 billion later, anybody, you can be whatever you want. We like, niggas, stop that. Tell us the real formula, right? You know what I'm saying? So I do understand that, and I realize that people's biggest things that they love on my channel, number one is them street interviews. They say, yo, those are spectacular. And I'm like,
but hold on. But that new setup you got is ill too. I like it too. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the way it's like you're so ill at what you do. Like when I'm watching your show, the new setup, I feel like I'm there politicking with you. You know what I mean? Right, so people get a sense that you're connecting with the people. And I feel that's a new way, that's an ill way to market yourself too. You know what I mean? Because of that raw talent you got.
Wow, that's that's good to hear that, because you know what it is? We have to be honest. We got to hear our guests, so to speak. Let us know what they're interpreting, because even with me doing the whole stop it, and I don't even know.
Yo, when you doing that, yo, I'm like, yo, this is ill. This is ill. You kind of remind me of Buster when you're doing that. I'm like, yo, he killing, he cooking right now. He cooking it right now.
Yes, there you go. There you go. There you go. And there you go. When I'm cooking, I think there was a video that had happened where it was this dude. And it's so funny because he don't even realize that he actually created the Black Bozo. Word.
Okay.
If we go to that level, the same way how Kanye said, yo, Beans gave me the name Yeezy.
Yeah.
Right? He don't even realize that there's a YouTuber who jumped on a live, and ever since then I was doing it. He jumped on a live trolling me. Nigga even stayed, he donated. He was trolling. He used to be, I told him he should have been a troll because that's what he was doing on my channel with my guests when we were having panels. This is about a year ago.
Yeah.
So he got his little thing going on now, but it's not what I thought he should have been doing. I think he would have been better popping up on people's panels like this. But bro, I was getting on him so bad, I didn't want to go there. And I think that's where it came in through it. And again, when you're cooking, you don't even you can't even like in other words, I can't just get into it now because I would have to be cooking to go there, right?
Right.
It was, I for the first time I looked at it, I said, shit was kind of good. So I took it up and put it up as a video just with his part. He was going back and forth, typing and talking shit, like bring him on. I said, nah, you ain't popping up here because then if you come up, we're arguing now. Then it's going to be
right. Yeah.
I mean, so it was better that he was doing it through the typing thing, and then I think I just stayed with it from there. And like anything else, as when you are learning stuff, it's almost like I was just on the stage doing this thing. You seen that I did in December. I'm going to release that. I just did that. I'm doing this thing on stage, and I'm like, just imagine if I was doing that then, but now I have to incorporate how would I, you know what I mean? So it's always a work in progress, man. But like life, that's where it came from. It came from me getting on this dude. He know who he is. He's a Bay Area nigga who was going back, and it was a roast, to say the least.
Right.
And I think I came up with the lingo, and then I got into a character. It's weird. Like
you need to trademark that shit, Black Bozo. Yeah, I'm like, I know exactly. Cause man, a lot of niggas out there, some of y'all niggas be doing real sucker shit.
Yes.
I mean, I'm cool for.
And you know what? There was a fear of doing this in one direction a while ago because I didn't want to be, he's just with the woman. But then I was like, well, shit, like, what other way am I going to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I got female friends where I'm just like, I gave up. Like, and I only give up because they're not listening. So I'm like, now I gotta go to their level and say, how's your man doing? Knowing the nigga that your boyfriend is married. And now she's, he good. And I'm just like, all right, well. And then now I'm thinking, I'm just like, all right, so they're not listening. This one's not listening. What you gonna do? But the persona that I have throughout the day is just listening. Just listen. Just everything I'm looking around me, I'm like, wow, this shit is really bad out here. So you see the woman looking crazy, and I'm like, dudes are looking at, she got 5 kids by 5 different fathers. I'm like, yeah, but nigga, what's the fathers doing? Like, I can't see her per se. Yeah, she made a foolish mistake, but like, we know women internalize everything and they're vulnerable. So how did this same situation keep happening? So now I'm like, all right, well, most cases, if a woman got 5 babies, daddies, we know she lucky if one of them taking care of her. Come on, we know that. So we as men know the character of us men. So the men need to take the accountability. Niggas need to start leading the way. One dude asked me the other day when Kevin Samuels died, right? So I know he's a Kevin Samuels fan, so he didn't want to talk to me. So I could tell when we was around the mechanic shop, he was trying to be distant. Right. So one day he said it though. I was like, all right. So he's like, yeah, how you feel about the thing? I said, well, I mean, that nigga's gonna be in trouble now. And I did that purposely because I know that's what he was trying to go with me.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, well, women got to start taking accountability. I said, taking accountability for what? He's like, because you're saying if I caught a woman cheating, I said, let me ask you a question. If you caught a woman cheating right now, whose fault is that? I said, well, she did it. I said, well, whose fault? You missing the point. Like, so I take accountability. It's like, whatever. But she didn't take accountability. She didn't want to cheat. I said, no, nigga, incorrect. You got to take accountability. You chose her.
Yeah, well, I mean, what caused her to step out like that? I mean,
right now, that's another
lacking.
Now you got to think about.
That's a part of edifying yourself, though. Man.
Thank you. What caused her to step out?
If your mindset is not about elevating yourself and transcending to the next level, then that's an issue. You'll never grow. You'll still be the same nigga. You know what I mean? Like you were from the age of 15,
right?
Years old. You know what I mean? There got to be some type of evolution coming about within your life, man.
Yes.
Some women, they can sense that, and they usually divest from that. I mean,
and that's the fun. That's what the divested is going for now, because now they're changing that narrative because the men are blaming so much. It's like, yo, bro, when you make a mistake, you get into a car accident, God forbid. Nigga did some BS. You're like, damn. And you always going to think about how could have I avoided that, right?
Right.
Maybe if I had something told me not to leave the house, maybe in the future you're going to listen to your third sense. We don't think like that. So it's like, yo, if we're going to just keep blaming, I can't, listen, the era we came from, everybody blamed the white man. Now the white man.
But within this new generation, a lot of these women, they got the upper hand, and they playing these niggas out here, man. You know?
I believe it or not, I feel the woman ain't playing them hard enough.
You're looking at it like that because you look at these niggas like on some sucker shit.
Oh, right,
which I understand. I mean,
right.
But you know, I got a little bit of empathy for the male side. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, you know, you invest your time, your little bit of money, taking her out. But, you know, little do you know, she got a catalog of niggas that she uses to go on dinner dates, man. Know what I mean?
That's okay. You know what? That's true. That is true. And like you said, I'm going to look at the perspective from the men. You're right. So I'm biased, right? I think this is the thing that I want to embrace. There's a certain type of lady that deserves that. Like, I had a woman that was before my woman I'm with now. She was Asian. Mm-hmm. She appreciated, yo, bro, like, you want to do beautiful things for her because she was just such an incredible individual. Versus chick like, yeah, you know what, I gotta eat, I gotta go such and such. I'm like, you know what, hold on. Like, you used to niggas take you all this, that, and the third and out and all that. Like, we might as well just get this bottle and just sit in the car and it's warm outside and bullshit and just talk our shit. Like, in a weird way, I'm frugal when it comes to $1 because I don't like taking women out. So, in order for me to do it, she gotta be special. There's something with her that I took her out to say, even when I got a girl, you know, it is what it is. But there has to be something special. You see me at a restaurant sitting down with somebody, just assume she got to be special because the big bro already told me that.
Right. I mean, that right. Like, if you got a girl,
let a wifey tip though. Let a wifey tip. Just
yeah. Like, you know, you got a situation going on within that relationship, and it's a tangible relationship. Right. I don't see nothing wrong splurging on your main piece. Know what I mean? Right. But yo, don't be on some sucker shit and give that out to any random chick.
Can't do that.
You're gonna get played. Know what I mean?
Because women want to eat for free. Like, let me tell you something. A woman will go out with a nigga, bro, just for free food. Like,
yeah.
And you may have the intention. She may even told you we're gonna link up at the end.
Right.
They literally just play you because she going to the next nigga's house and brings the doggy bag that she said for a kid to him.
Yeah. Or she take that doggy bag and she brings it to the nigga that she gonna let smash.
Yes.
I mean,
I've seen my homegirl walk in the building. Dude dropped off, waited for her to get to the door. The nigga's car took off. She walked back out with the same bag, jumped into the Uber, and murked out.
Crazy. And like, yo, and sucker shit. Now, I mean, you know, you gotta know what you're dealing with, man. I'll spend no bread, yo. I'll take you to a coffee date, or we can hit up a bar. But I'm not spending dough on take you to an expensive. I'm not doing that.
And it's funny because the same way that woman can look at me and say, well, how do we know the difference? Well, you could show a person better, you could tell them. It's can I see why men feel that way? Of course, you know what I'm saying, without a doubt. But now it has to think of a dude is into splurging and money ain't nothing to him and he's generous, well, he's gonna be blinded to that. You know what I mean? He likes to do what he do, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if it comes an issue where it's like, well, listen, if somebody tell wifey and say, oh, this girl said you was paying her bills, she gonna be like, nigga, I know that's a lie. That nigga ain't trying to pay your bills. You got to tell me something that's more believable because,
right.
You know what I mean? He ain't gonna do that. But you know, if you had said, you know, he went out with you and y'all linked up and hung out and y'all do what y'all do, then I could believe that because that's more of his persona.
There's levels to sucker shit, man. Now
Right.
Taking chicks out to dinner or some random shit. Yo, that's level 1. Paying the bills, level 2. You know what I mean? Paying the rent, yo, you at a level 3, nigga. You know what I mean?
That's the level. Now, if somebody, if wifey knows that, because well, he pays his bills here, yeah, granted. But like you said, if you saying it, well, I'm level 3, so I don't know how this is possible. I'm not going to deny he may do 1 and 2, but he ain't doing 3. 3, I'm 3.
Yo, some of these chicks, they see there's such a vast amount of these suckers out here.
Right.
Yo, that's like the prerequisites of taking out an attractive female. Some of these chicks is not even attractive, and they get this kind of quality treatment. Know what I mean?
Yes, they do.
And yo, that's how you fuck up the game, man. Because nigga like me ain't doing none of that shit, man.
No.
I mean?
And now the guy was.
Yo, here's the thing though. A chick that really like you, she gonna go anywhere with you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. She will. She see, that's what people understand, and that's the part. That's the parts that's missed in the dating scene or just moving around. I told people recently, I said, I don't even think male and female friends been existing in the last 2 years. I think that shit is dead too. Like, when's the last time you actually met a homie? Like, I meet women through Instagram, through the channel, and we chat, and potentially I could take advantage of the situation.
Right.
I think I showed them such a mode of no interest. Let's just create some content. I need to hear what's going on in your life.
Right.
Because now you got to think about, God forbid, you do something with a woman, and then God forbid, she gets online and starts talking crazy. I'll give an example. There was this one woman, right? She probably killed my whole mode to even do this. She was like, oh, accident, you're a fraud. He's from the Bronx. I think you're a fraud. Now, this was happening because she seen something on Cerebral's page and felt like he ain't no pro-black man with these women. He going to be like all the rest of them. You know, that same typical shit. But when I seen the sister talking about it, I said, I don't know you.
Right. Yeah.
Like it ain't like we linked up and you went. Now we stop fucking around, and next thing you know, you went and told somebody whatever. Like, you're just coming from this level because how do we trust black man now that if he rock with black woman, he about his black sisters, and he's showing love? How can we believe that? All right, well, she probably, once I seen her, I said, all right, well, shorty probably went through the mud. You know what I mean? It's understandable. Right. The most important thing was, I'm like, was you one of the girls we were talking on the inbox? I don't know you. I don't even understand how you were able to come up with this situation. So what that showed me was, my pops always let me know this. Like, sometimes a woman, she'll respect you more when you're not obtainable. It's the same as having a neighbor, and she knows you're a neighbor. She always see you smelling good. You always moving around. You say nice things, but you know, at the end of the day, she know the nigga never pushed up on me. She know that.
Yo, it's funny you say that because most women are attracted to men that's already involved in a relationship. I mean,
right.
Like she's not like a female's not gonna find a male attractive if he's not bagging females.
No,
you know?
No, and I told, listen, y'all women, stop doing that. Stop doing that, because the majority of the men that's really good don't have a whole bunch of females. Trust me, don't go by that. That shit don't mean nothing. It did. At one time it did. It don't mean shit. What happens is you fall in love with that nigga, you will see what I'm talking about. You're not going to know until you fall for him. The minute you fall for that nigga, the feelings all involved, it's too late. Once you in love, there's nothing I could do for you. But I could tell you right now, that shit's out the window. Like, sisters, y'all gotta realize right now, like, these niggas is going hard to the point where it's as bad as a dude watching a porno film. The minute he hit, he done. Your shit's a dice roll. Like, that shit could work. Oh, he came back. He came back because it's extracurricular activity. Of course he gonna come back.
Yeah, and it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's post nut clarity. Soon as a nigga is digging it out and he nuts, that's it. Thank
you.
That those feelings he had for you earlier, prior before that nut, it's all not real. It's not a real thing, you know. And he comes back for seconds because it's built up again. Lust has been built up again. So he need a few more rounds from you. I mean,
and that's why
a lot of females they misinterpret that from somebody trying to build with them. I mean,
right.
You know, it's a big difference. There's a dude that actually wants to build with you, and then there's that dude that just want to use you for a cum bucket.
Right.
But, yeah.
Right. That's a full fact, and it's funny because I was playing this role play with this woman now, so I've been doing this role play. I said, we're gonna act like, because she said she done now. She niggas gotta pay. I'm like, all right, listen. Easier said than done. How do you get a man before he come to the crib? You know you're gonna do this thing. You'll give this nigga some ass. How is he gonna pay something? And now her thing is, she first answered the question like, yeah, she would tell him like, yeah, you know, I'm not home even though I am or whatever. I said, no, I ain't say that. You agreeing, the nigga coming through. You know he coming through to lay it down. Before he gets there, whether he hit it before, most importantly, he didn't hit it yet. How would you let him know that? And I'm waiting to hear the answer right now because I told her I can't hear it now for the last 2 hours, but I can't wait to listen to this because the reality is that they don't even know how to have a nigga pay anything. It's almost like you can't, like, don't go to him and ask him for $50 after he's been piping it for the last 10 times. Like, that shit, like, you're lucky if you get that. But you what you have to understand is, if a dude is cruising up in Washington Heights and he see two baddies and it's him and his man, and these chicks like, listen, you know, it's what it gonna be. Word, that's all it is, no problem. They're gonna do it. But that's their display. They can put that in and don't even speak English to you. They speak English even better. The sister, she doesn't have, whether she's a ghetto chick, whether she corporate, they have a hard time. You have no idea how many girls hit me up telling me like, what do you think I should do to give me the red flag? I'm like, yo, hold on. The nigga said he was where? Like, he said he works such. I said, yo, that's the red flag right there. Like,
right.
That's not even. He probably not.
I think women have those type of problems because they seek for that the not so best candidate. I mean, of a male, you know, like they love the scammers, the drug dealers, the rappers.
They trick too.
Yeah, professional tricks.
Yeah, they pay.
Yeah, and it's like that's what gets them excited to link up with something like that. You know,
they know they're gonna get a treat.
Yeah,
but now they link up with the regular guy.
It's not exciting. It's boring to them.
How do they display that when they're like, well, how do I display? Like, one of my homegirls in Florida, she like, yeah, she trying to get a nickel from this dude, $500 from this dude, and I'm like, yeah, but the nigga was banging you out for the last 2 years. You was married. Like, he gonna bullshit you with that $500, and he showing up is like, he don't have to give you that. Like, like, y'all didn't start that off that way. You know what I mean? And you could have had that rectified, but how do you initiate that? And that's shit. Like, how do you initiate it without looking like a prostitute? That's their thing. The sisters don't want to like no prostitute. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you got to think about time is money. If a woman dealing with niggas is about their paper, they know. They're going to be like, yo, whatever it is, you tell me. I got a pocket full of money. We can do whatever. But
I mean, yo, dudes that got bread like that, they might deal with a pro because it's not time consuming. I mean, they value their time more than being with a chick. So they see a pro, they're gonna just pay the pro, do whatever they need to do, and be on with their business because they value their time a lot more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
You let me tell you something. I love brothers like you that could be relatable when I'm speaking for man that's going through it, man that's not, whatever. Because one of the hardest displays to a lot of women is, oh, can a man speak for all men? I said, remember, men are minimal. Look what you just said. Like, nigga deal with some pros because at the end of the day, it ain't time consuming to be doing that extra shit. Like, I got the money.
Because it's like, like, my bad to interject like this, but there's so many requirements that some females put. Well, and a decent looking chick and an attractive chick. Right. I mean, we're not talking about deuces.
No.
Average chick and above average chick, they have a list of requirements of a prerequisite for male to have before they even deal with that nigga.
Full fact. That's a full
so fact. That's a lot of time consuming, money spent, all that.
Yeah.
A man that's caked out and he got the bag and he's getting to the bag, he don't got time for that. So he gonna run out of pro.
It's one, two. I remember my man, Russian Jew cat. Let me say this before I gotta get out of here, but let me say this. My Russian Jew cat, right? Nigga came up from Miami. It's about a month ago. Nigga had the new G class, 21 G class and shit, whatever. But he got that parked up here. Like,
word.
Doing this thing, whatever. So I met him at the hotel, went to this club. Fast forward, a couple chicks came out, whatever. The one that's in front with me, she a little saucy, whatever. She in the back, joining with the back seat with him. The girl get ready to get out with him. Girl in the front seat, oh, where you going? She, whatever. She tried to do her little anti-thing, whatever. My man was like, just walked out. Like, he left the truck. So I said, yo, you coming back? He's like, nah, man, go take the car, do whatever. Like, take them, do whatever. His mentality was, listen, nigga ain't got no time for no games. Like, I can't do no more than this. We in $1 million hotels. She up in the damn $250,000 G class. What else are we doing here? His mentality was, yo, she agreed to the situation. We was at the club. She agreed to it when she got in the car. Now she flipped. He ain't got no time to be sitting up there. Yo, come on, boo, and all that. Putting nonsense in a drink. So what a lot of cats don't understand is that if you have the mindset of how that billionaire or money dude thinks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta think of that way. Like, listen, if that's what she talking and she gonna be on some pro shit, then it is what it is. She let me know you can either go spend time, we could take 4 or 5 hours and me talk you to death and be in this restaurant, nigga, or throw me a couple dollars, nigga, we could get to it. Nigga that got paper, he ain't got no issue with that. A lot of cats that work may think, well, you know, that's gonna be a thing of my pride. Yeah, but that's the mindset of a nigga that's moving around. He don't got time. Like, my man had no reason to sit there and sit up there and get all in her head. So now the thing is, when I'm gonna start talking about on my channel is telling girls where it's like, y'all gotta understand right now, like, a nigga will pay if he gotta do what he gotta do. I don't care if the nigga broke. If he gotta get to it, and he gotta, this is what the obstacle is, one way or another, he gonna pay. But if you think of it more from a mental thing of your respect and this, that, and third, well, just remember, you know what I'm saying, you're going to feel real tight when that nigga lay that shit down 3, 4, 5 times. You find out he got something else going on, and now you got to block him and you got to start over. You're going to be bitter. It's going to be tight because you're not even getting reprimanded or acknowledged for your causes. And dudes is in this mindset right now where they will do whatever they got to do. You know what I'm saying? But Black women have a hard time doing what men are encouraged to do more than ever right now. Right. In that mindset, the nigga got no time. Like, I gotta go to work. I got 3 jobs. I gotta get out. He gonna do whatever he gotta do. But if you make it from a level of your independence and all that shit don't mean nothing. That niggas don't get impressed from independence.
Yeah, and that's one of the focal points that rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Right. He be expounding on. I mean, he be dead on with some of that stuff he be talking about.
Kevin Samuels. Listen, I tell people all the time, I get on the dude, but I said one thing people gotta understand. I said nigga was a genius. Period.
Yeah, you said you said he the ultimate scam.
yo,
straight up, man, because that's some real shit.
I'm telling you,
he left a Black woman $4 million. Salute to the king.
$4 million.
Yeah.
They got $4 million off of YouTube.
Word out.
This ain't $4 million from advertisements. This is $4 million from donations.
And that's just money that we're hearing up front. Who knows what else he got stored up?
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
So people don't understand. Like, that's the gift. And now dudes are stuck. I mean, there's a woman now trying to do the Kevin Samuels thing right now. I ain't gonna mention it.
You don't want to say a name word out.
Yeah. She's trying to do exactly what he do. I think she got a couple of people that's doing what's the thing?
She switched it up though. She not on it like that no more.
Oh, she did?
I mean? She put off Kendra style. Know what I
mean? Yeah. I see that. So that's why I was like, but I said, listen, y'all sisters, you doing this, creating on this YouTube, you have no idea. If you want to do anything, just don't go against the men. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Just don't go against the men, because you're not gonna get anywhere with that. The women need the guidance. Niggas want guidance. Women want guidance. People want guidance right now. Don't go against the grain. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you want to go against anything, you go against women because you're a woman. But you can't go against a man and make it go. That's just gonna do this. You know, you want to do this. You don't want to keep doing this. Like,
I mean, the thing I want to see within our community, man, I want to see the nuclear family come back, man.
Yeah, we need
both
that.
Men and women, they divest from that.
Yeah, we divested from that nuclear family in a terrible way, man. It's sad because I look at things in a real spiritual level. I look at these kids on the street. I be like, damn, imagine where they gonna be in 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, I do that constantly. I see a group of kids and I see everybody talking reckless, and I'm like, oh well, they only going by what they taught. They only going by what they see, and what you see is what you taught.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reason and Roscoe. I appreciate you, dog. Listen, much love to everybody. Bro, it's whatever. You know what I mean? You let me know.
Yo, man, hey man, you need to come back. We need to do a part 2. And yo, here's the thing though. Cause I got a YouTube crew. They be coming up in politics, man. And I think we could have a nice little civil discourse, man, on your time frame, though.
The discussion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's discussion, I'm cool with that.
No disrespect. We civil over here.
I said the billionaire mindset, that's over there. You know what I mean? We just keep it accidental. We can do that.
Word out, man.
I mean, that is, it's just be laid back. I ain't gonna be.
Salute to you, King, for coming through, man. This means a lot to me, man. I appreciate you so much, man. You're a talented brother.
A lot to you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a well-known YouTube creator, man. I look at you as a pioneer. You know what I mean? A strong black man. Yeah. And I look at you as a pillar for your community too, fam. We need more brothers like you out here spreading your wisdom, man. Salute to you, King. If they don't say it to you, I'ma say it to you, man. Salute to you, man. My man.
That Rush, that's real shit right there, big bro. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Word out. And I got your number, man.
No
you
question.
got my number, just call me up whenever. Know what I mean?
Hundo, I appreciate that.
All right, man. Ash Nathaniel, the illest YouTuber around the block. He heavy in the streets. He's bubbling all over.
Yes,
respect the name. Billionaire mindset, man. That's his brand right there. You can't go wrong having a mindset like that. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and stay sucker free. I'm out.
100%. 100.
All right.
Peace, no doubt, bro.
Yeah.